Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? Hopefully everybody's had an absolutely amazing day. I am here with a little impromptu stream today because this morning I was awake at 6 a.m. My daughter and her dad have flown over to Italy for a week. I'm staying home because my eldest is due to return home from university on Tuesday. So I've got a few days to myself, and then she's coming home on Tuesday, and we're going to get a lot of the things she needs for going back to university in September done over those couple of days. Plus I've got the pets to look after and everything else. So they've gone off without me and left me home. And I figured that while I am home alone, that means I can stream late on a Friday night, a Saturday night, a Sunday night, whenever I feel like streaming, because I haven't got anybody nagging me for food and under my feet and all that good stuff. So I'm trying to get a few different time zones in with this server, just to sort of spread the awareness of the server, because we are on a new season. We've been going about 2 weeks, so we're not that long into it. So obviously there are spaces left on the server. If anybody in the chat has Conan and they want to come and join us, all you need to do is follow this link and join the Discord, and, you know, whitelist there, and one of the mods will get you, and if one of them doesn't, I'll get you after stream. Right, that's the way we're going to do it. So, for those who are new and do not know who this is Mary Garlick. Mary Garlick is actually an ancestor of mine who was born in 1630, lived in and around Lancashire, so would have been around for the time of the Pendle witch trials. And that is what this character is based on. She is basically a witch of medieval. Was medieval times then? I'm trying to remember. Somewhere around there, yeah. 1630s. Well, 1630s was after Elizabethan, so probably not medieval. We were going into the Stuart age at that point. Anyway, from around there, she is an old English witch. She was the village healer, so we're concentrating a lot on healing magic and that kind of thing. She was the only true witch in the village. I feel like Little Britain now, the only gay in the village. But anyway, she was the only true witch in the village, and there were people being murdered, innocent people being murdered for witchcraft. So she cast a spell to protect her village and woke up in these lands. So the gods have decided that her being there was a threat, and they have moved her over here. There are a lot of mysterious magical things going on in these lands. We're trying to figure out. There's ruins everywhere with strange writing that we need to decipher. This isle itself has a magical energy about it, which is why she has settled here. She was living in a cave. I nearly said cage. She was living in a cave for a couple of weeks, but the building is now complete. She met a friend, and the friend is a very good builder, so she paid her friend to build the house. So she's now moved in completely. The cave has been vacated. So this isle has a mysterious energy about it. We're also finding strange vaults all over. We're not sure what they do, but again, there's a magical energy about them, and a strange tower in the middle with dark energies coming from it. So she's trying to work out what is going on, but she really has no clue at this point what is going on. So that is where we are up to. So she is waking up this morning. The bedroom is very sparsely decorated, of course, at the minute. But we have got, again, it needs decorating, but we have got the majority of the layout of the cottage sorted. So this will be her alchemy workstation. Her sewing workstation is over here. Little seating area for friends when they come to visit. She's got a place to eat and a kitchen. She has got help. So she's got a cook. Yeah, she's got a cook, and she has got a bodyguard who is outside, and she has a bearer who is outside. She freed the bearer, and then the cook and the bodyguard were hired to her from her friends. So right now we need to think about changing this door. I need to get a door with a lock on it, which means, oh, also what do I need to do? I need to have a look at the workstations that I can make. I need a drying rack, and I know there's a Shani's one, so I'm trying to remember where I make it. Shani's, I believe it would be under workbenches. Handcrafted, yeah, not that one. And some woodworkers, hardwood, a stack of hardwood. Drives stuff instead of making it moist. So it's the handsome woodworkers hardwood. The handsome woodworkers hardwood. Wow. So we're searching for hardwood. So I need 50 wood for that. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. Wood would be in this one. Oh, we got a camel as well. It makes a lot of noise. Hey, Fuzzy Skull, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know, Rachel, the names of these things, I swear. And she's like from the 16th century, so don't tell her that she's messing with somebody's hardwood, or she's going to be wondering what the fuck's going on. She'd be like, I ain't messing with nobody's hardwood, because my husband's way over there, back wherever I left him after I cast that spell. I ain't touching nobody's hardwood, because that would be inappropriate. How big is this? It's only tiny, so we can pop it down here. Just because I'm going to need berries, so we're going to have to get some berry bushes going. Right, let's see what we're doing over here. What are we doing over here? She's got alchemical base silk. She needs her silk. Her silk's disappeared. She does have alchemical base though, so what we can probably do is make a few more of these, because once I've got keys to this place, when I've been over to the city and seeing if there's somebody over there that can make me some keys for a door, I will then have the egress door set. So it'll be like it's got keys on it. She will give one of her friends a key to her house, and if they should ever need healing products and she is not home, they can come in and they can take them. You know, it won't be a big problem. So, and this person is also going to be trained in the ways of witchcraft by my good self. So, and I do traditional witchcraft. I ain't doing none of this stereotypical evil witch bullshit, because it just grinds my gears and boils my piss. Right, what are we doing over here? Oh, I don't need to be over here. What I need to be is over at this station here, and I need to make alchemical base. Alchemical base. We've got, yeah, there you go. You make that for me. Good. I need more ichor. We're gonna have to go find spooders. So, another thing is she's gonna have to start looking at new clothing, because she's starting to look at what people around here are wearing. Like, I mean, this is a bit low cut for the 16th century, but other than that, we did a very good job of pulling it off. But I'm thinking that she might be looking for different clothing. All right, Rick, no problem. Repeat what slowly for you, darling? Which bit am I repeating slowly? See, I want something that's still going to be in keeping with who she is. So, ooh, this is not going to be easy. Oh, no, I said it grinds my gears and boils my piss. Both are very common English sayings for annoys me a lot. I'm trying to think what she might wear. I mean, she might wear this, but... Did I teach you something new? There we go. Piss makes more sense. Yeah, you can't boil my tits. I stopped breastfeeding a long time ago. There's nothing in there to boil anymore. Maybe this. So light padding. Okay, so we need animal skin. We've got animal skin. I know where that is. I know where this is. It's in here. Okay, there we go. And now I've got to find it again because I've forgotten what it was called. Well, we need light padding first, don't we? Let's make like 4 of those, because somebody else might see clothes and go, ooh, I want, you know? That one. That one. Right, what's the difference between that? Oh, that's the epic one. Well, I need perfected light padding, and I can't do that yet. So we'll do that, and it might work with the skirt, you know? It might, but I'm thinking we might be able to find another skirt just so it looks a bit different, you know? And wait until you all see what she wears for ritual work. Well, well, well. Wait till you see. What we're gonna wear on our legs. Gonna wear on our legs. I mean, a skirt would make more sense to her. I don't see anything other than the one that I'm wearing that's really the right length, so. Because, you know, she's ready to make a change, but she's not quite ready to embrace the fact that she's in different times and she can expose more of her body and that nobody's going to blink and that it will be fine. She's not quite ready to accept that this is a reality of the situation just yet, and she runs around with Helena all the time, who has a very skimpy top and her boobs half hanging out, and doesn't really think anything of it. However, for her, it's not something that she would have ever been allowed to do, you know? I mean, that's a little bit luxurious for her. She's not used to wearing something quite that fancy yet. Eventually she'll get used to it, but she's only been here a few weeks. We've got to give her time to adapt. Maybe this one. Ooh, yeah, we'll go with an opal skirt. Right, twine silk. I have got silk over here. We're going to move a little bit quicker. We've got silk over here. Okay, and I should have in here some of this. Yeah, we got a little bit of this made. There we go. So we will make more of the stutter wraps. Yup, yup, yup. There you go, my darling. You're working hard. You're working hard. Let's see. Noble. Not the top. We don't want the top. Wait, did I not pick up the silk? You numbnut. Total numbnut! Wait, I must have done. Oh, damn it. Well, I don't think I've got enough silk. I may have to wait a little while on the top until I go get more gosma. Might not be enough. No, I need 15. Right, okay. Well, we're just remaining in the cloak. Well, let's try the different top. Just so it looks a little bit different, right? Let's just sit down. Okay, I can't sit on that. Can I sit on this? Yeah, I can. Right, okay. Let us dye the skirt. So we'll pretend we're doing needlepoint by the light of the fire, right? Dye it. Now, we wouldn't have it these colours, although the leather, she probably wouldn't mind, but, you know, let's make it a little bit darker. So this, we're going to make a similar colour to what she's already wearing. Because why not? And then this, let's make it black. And let's make this bit black. Well, that looks pretty. Save that. Right, okay, come here, darling. Come here. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, it's a little bit of a change. Not much, and then we'll change the skirt when we've got time. Right, go and put your clothes away. That's armor, we don't want that. It's in here. Right, so put that in there. Thank you. Right, now we need to think about, we need spiders. She knows where there are some spiders. Did she mark the spiders on a map? I don't think she did. Oh yeah, we did mark spooders on the map. Okay, so there's coal here. We've got silver and gold on the way there. There's coal there. There's spooders up there. So let's go. Also, wait. I need to go into town and I need to have a talk to the blacksmith there and see if they are able to make me keys so I can have keys to my door. You guys doing okay? There's food inside if you need it. I'm just going traveling. No, I don't need company. Thank you. Also, did I not set things growing? I am terrible. I need to do that later. Right. If I get distracted now, though, I'm just not going to be able to do what I need to do. So, we're going to pretend we haven't seen it. Pretend it doesn't need doing. Good, good, good. I'm glad you understood, and I'm glad you love it. I think it will look nice with the skirt as well. Just because she needs a little bit of a change, but again, like I said, she's not quite ready to expose too much of her body yet. You know, and others do, and others don't really mind, and things like that, but she's not quite ready. She's only been here a couple of weeks, and she just needs a little time to adapt. I also need to try and buy, and Curiosity being in chat may be very, very beneficial, actually. I'm going to go over to the farm in a little while at some point, because I need to buy a coop, or make a coop, and have chickens. I need all those chickens, because I need eggs. And I can't remember which ones it is I need to buy, so... Also, I can get a mint going now, because I've got all this money, so she may just, like, illegally mint stuff and sell it to the bank and hope that they don't catch her. A little bit of coal here. We've got a lot of coal, but we'll take some more. And remember, this character won't be doing everything herself, so when I need to smelt things, I have to go into town to smelt them. I can do it myself. I've probably got it unlocked because I've got the Shani's benches and stuff unlocked, but that's not how I'm RPing her. I'm RPing her to... She's an alchemist and she's a seamstress, and she's a dab hand with the farming and the hunting, because she grew up on a farm originally, and then she married her husband, and her husband, actually, it gave me a really good laugh. You guys that have been here over the various seasons will understand this. I was looking at my family tree, and I was going to base this character off an ancestor. Now, her name when she was married was Mary Ingram, right? However, she married a Giles Garlick and became Mary Garlick. So, as a nod to Giles last season, she is Mary Garlick. And I just thought that was very highly amusing. I literally cried laughing. Do those chickens actually work in a coop, or are they just pets? We do have, if I remember correctly, the beasties. Is it the beastie? It can't be bestiality. But anyway, that beast mod from the one that we used on Sipta. Is it the sapphire one? So I'm assuming that the chickens, some of them will just be decoration only. Like the SVS ones will definitely be decoration only, but I think there's some in there that will lay eggs. I believe there may be some in there that lay eggs. If not, I'm going to have to rethink it, because I don't know where there's any ostriches on this map, and I need eggs. Oh. Whose house is this? Right, okay. Arden's Rest. If you are here for trade and Arden is not around, feel free to leave a notice. For other notices and concerns, you should do the same. For private and confidential concerns, please send a raven. Oh, I should have checked my birds. I made owls. So that people can send me letters, you know? And there's still characters on this map I've not run into. The only way to get ostrich chicks is with a lay shrine. So I'm gonna have to find eggs and snaffle them then. Because I want to make some decent food. It's that way. Basically, trying stab me in the ass every time I go past him. And she's not the sort of person that would kill just for the sake of killing, but if they're attacking her, she'll kill them. And if she needs food or fur or whatever, she'll kill them. But she's not going to kill for the sake of it, because she did grow up on a farm. And it was a case of also she was taught how to hunt at an early age, because they would have substituted, especially in the winter. By hunting, it would have been very common in those days. So she knows how to handle a bow and things like that, but you don't take what you don't need. Has always been the rule. You have to keep a balance on the earth, so you don't take what you don't need. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me, guys. Okay. RNG. What's RNG, darling? Thank you. All right, darling. No problem, Rachel. Thank you for stopping into the premiere earlier, and thank you for stopping in. And hopefully, I will see you in a little while. Okay, spooters. Oh, you're always welcome. You know that. Oh, right. Okay, it's random. Okay. It's a potluck. Okay, we're heading in the right direction for the spooters. Just because I need more ichor and also silk. I hear things moving. Here, spider, spider, spider. Promise I won't take too long to kill you. Here, spider, spider, spider. Is it up there or is it down there? I think it's up. Yeah, we're getting close now. Oh, it ain't. Ugh. It ain't up here, so it must be down there. Should use your broomstick. I see a spider. Okay, now I never remember how to get ichor off these things, but I do remember a sickle should get me the silk. No? Okay, I totally screwed that up. Although, okay, we should have, if there's nests, if there's, oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. Hi! Alright, let's try this. No. Well, that sucks. Has it just run? Oh. I can hear a heartbeat somewhere. Why am I not getting what I need? I'm gonna have to use the pickaxe, aren't I? Oh shit! Why are they so big? Why are you big? Hello? Oh no, it's gonna go through him again. I found this a lot, actually, and it depends on where you aim it. Oh! 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 Go away! Okay, at least they're not like... Oh, there's silver there. At least they're not, 3 school bosses, because those ones are feckin' evil!
Anvasa klarbosum!
Oh, it's got warts and stuff on it. Wait. I mean, I'll take you. Okay, I got brimstone off you. Why am I not getting what I bloody need? Rude. Silver, though. That looks like silver. Why am I not getting silver off it? Oh, I am now. Right, let's mark this here. Silver. Okay, we're gonna have to come back for the rest of that because I'm already carrying too much. Oh, ew, 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 ew. Sounds like there's a lot of spiders in there. Where's Helena when I need her? Wait, can I get this with a sickle? Do I get more? Ooh. Maybe. Doesn't look like I'm actually getting that much more with the sickle, to be honest with you. Oh god, there's spiders everywhere. So we already got this, so we don't need to... I'm not going in there yet. Not a chance. So I know, oh god, I know I can just keep going and kill it really quickly with this sword, but I'm trying to RP fight it as if like her arms are getting sore and stuff, because she's not great with, where the hell did that go? I kicked it all the way over there. Because, you know, she's still new to swinging a sword around and a pick and stuff, and it's probably going to tire her arms out a little bit. And as time goes on, I'm sure she'll get stronger, but right now she's a weak ass, so... Right, okay, it's not letting me pick it up. Let's see what this does. Oh, well that was a little bit better. Okay, we're getting everything we need from here. Oh, I think that's Golden Lotus. Ow, bitch. She wouldn't know that word. You cobble flop. There we go. Okay, we're getting a lot of Gosmo, but I'm not getting any Ica though. And I must be doing it wrong. This? Ooh, Crimson Lotus! Oh, I hope that's not illegal substance here. I mean, it's this that we need more than anything, but we could do with some Ica anyway. Just don't seem to be using the right tool to get it. Okay, I'm getting Gosma with that. So I swear I thought, is it the skinning knife maybe? We'll try the skinning knife if I find any more. Pick. Okay, thank you. I tried that. I just didn't get anything, so. I hear something moving. I just don't know where it is. I see some up here, so let's go get them. That's a pickaxe, that's a pick, so let's try that. Oh yeah, thank you. Last time I didn't get any ichor, I just got the Triton stuff. Which I never use for anything and gets thrown away. I don't need a huge amount of ichor, but I do need some to keep the brain function, the alchemical base going, right? So... because she uses a lot of alchemical base. A lot. It's the danger. Aha! The sickle gets me more gosmy, yeah. I was using the sickle on it, but it wasn't making that. I've got quite a lot of it anyway, so it's no... see, I didn't get any off that. Any ichor. So, I guess it's just pot luck. I suppose I can hear one walking around. Can't see it, but I can hear it. How much gosmer have I got now? Get rid of you. You crap. We've got nearly 1,000 gosmer already. Let's start mixing those. Actually, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. She should do that when she's sat in front of the fire. You can't weave silk while you're running around outside. Right. See, as well, it just doesn't get rid of it, whereas that does, so... okay, I think we've got enough for now. Oh, I want some Crimson Lotus seeds so I can grow it. Although if I dry a couple of the seeds in the dryer... oh god, look, all this Crimson Lotus! Love it. If I dry some in the dryer, I should get the seeds from it, because Curiosity told me that. Right. Let us head home. Do what needs to be done there, and then from home we can head to the mole station and head into town, right? Yeah, good plan. Or if you have a look at places like all CD keys, free and there's a few others that oh. It's a big bugger. Look, dude. I'm more concerned with his horns than yours right now. I know you keep trying to stick your horns up my backside, and I'm not that kind of girl, I keep telling you. But I'm looking at that dude over there right now, and I'm wondering whether I can kill him. I'm trying to see, is there a rock I can climb up onto? Maybe if I can get him over here, I could use this rock. Too far away. Eek! Oh shit, he's tall! Ow! Oh! Yeah, run for your life! Run for your life! No, not got time for you. Absolutely not. Go away. Shoo! No, not got time for you either. Be gone. Oh, wow, I just run straight into him, don't I? Shoo, kitty, go! My cat's wandering around somewhere. I'm surprised she hasn't come in. To mither me. Okay, alright, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Ah! I'm not fine! Run! Shit. Oh, this could be dangerous. Okay, alright, we're okay. I haven't got time to stop and get the broomstick out because if I do, I'm gonna end up dead. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Sipta has its own pecan spiders. Yeah, Sipta definitely has its own set of rules. But yeah, I remember somebody else wanted to come and play and they didn't have the DLC either, and we went and we looked and I think it was either all CD keys or CD keys that had it on, because when they go on sale a lot of people will buy them and then they'll resell the key for just a couple of euro more, and I think we managed to get it fairly cheaply there. Okay. Alright, make sure your broom is at the ready because it's your get out of jail free card. And no. What did I just do? I didn't do anything. Stop it. Move this to here. Right. Eat the food. Wow, that was tough. I wasn't gonna hang around and try and do that one again on my own. That's definitely one for when I get Helena with me, because we can kite it, right? We can take it in turns. It can chase one of us while the other one throws something at it from behind, and then uh-oh. There's another one up there. What the actual hell? Ooh. Oh my. Burial mounds. Oh! Oh! Undead. Place needs blessing and cleansing. Dead should stay dead. I do like the fact that you have coin in your pocket. Why would they be buried with coin? Very strange. Stay dead. I mean, I don't need all of that, but we want it to respawn, so... Burial man's been desecrated. Bless this earth, bless this land, make the dead stay dead. Set their bodies and souls free. Dark magic. Okay, this way home. I have no qualms at all about killing those stone ones, because to me they're not real creatures, they're not alive, they walk in stone, so it's some kind of sorcery that's brought them to life. The actual animals that bleed, I will only really kill what I need and take what I kill. Let's see, I'm going the wrong bloody way. Going the wrong way. Because I am directionally challenged. Okay, what I think I need to do is get over or through those mountains. We can't go through it. Let's go over it. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh, well, we'll have to go through it. No, we can go over it. Lean back, because otherwise it doesn't look like you're holding your broomstick, but gotta be able to go down as well. Right, we've got to get down to the ground. Did you get your computer, Chris? Home, sweet home. Probably gonna put a bridge over to this side as well, just to make getting there and back a little bit easier. Not that it is a problem to have to run through that small amount of water either, but you know. Hello, Bob. There we go. We'll nest you. Thank you. Right. Let's sit in front of the fire and weed the silk, because it, like I said, oh god, now she's stuck. Oh no. Oh no! Okay, we're gonna have to relog to fix that, but give me 1 minute. Let's just mix the silk while we sat here and having a little conversation. Where she sat sideways on the chair because, you know, she likes to be awkward. Can I pick the chair up? No, it's a simple wooden foundation. Yeah, it's not seeing the chair at all. So I'm gonna have to relog to fix this problem, but that's okay. It happens. It happens. It's all good. And for those of you who are new to the channel, if you are interested in the RP we are doing, you can find us on this Discord server. Just jump on in. You'll have access to see all the rules of the server lore, that kind of thing. And then if you're interested, under the welcome, I think it's introductions and welcome, you can apply to whitelist from there. There's a little envelope under the first entry, and one of the admins will get to you, and if they can't get to you before I finish streaming, then I will get to you afterwards. Shrek! It's not my server. I am just helping out. It is a friend's server, so but I don't admin anything while I'm streaming. Unless it's a dire emergency, in which case I'll put a BRB screen on and I will deal with it. But for the most part, I don't deal with anything like that while I am streaming because, you know. Hey, Mr. West, how you doing? I'm going to have to relog here in a wee sec, guys, because I is stuck on the chair. I can't get out. I'm stuck on my chair. I can't believe I'm stuck on the chair. What kind of magic's this? And that's my third cup of coffee today. But it's okay, I'm allowed. Chairs are traps. They are. I'm usually okay. But what I'll probably start doing is just standing on the sofa and then using the sit. It is a weird way to sit in a chair, but it's okay. We can't see it. She's sitting with her arms over the rest. Just lounging back while she's weaving a silk. Oh no, what do you think you caught? Now this place still needs a little bit more decoration, but it is pretty much set up. Like it still needs decor, but it's a work in progress, and it was only completed a couple of days ago, so she's not really going to have put all little knickknacks and stuff in there yet. Try an emote. I will do so. I will do so when she is finished. She's just sitting weaving all these. Let's see. Yep, she collapsed on the floor. It didn't help. I wonder if I can free myself with my little broomstick. No, I can fly. Oh, wait. I did it. Whew. Didn't fucking work. Let's try the emote now. No, guys, this is a relog. Oh my. Okay, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I'm just gonna exit to the main menu because Jesus. We tried everything we could think of. We did. We tried. Oh no, that's not PvE. It's not PvE. What are you doing? Oh god. Okay, load me up. There we go. Have you got a COVID test? Because I started off feeling, when I got COVID, my first symptoms were just feeling very, very tired and a fever. And then, okay, we need those to bugger off. Oh. Okay. Well, I've not had that happen for a while. Alright, well, it'll disappear, I'm sure. And then a day or so later, I started with a raging sore throat, and that was it, really. The sore throat was really painful to the point that I couldn't swallow anything solid. I was on liquids, but other than that, I was fine, and the fever had gone and stuff, so, yeah. Just to check it, right? Because Better to be sure if you need to stay home, you know? Rest for a couple of days and then carry on working on your thesis. Yeah, but it could take anything up to 3 days for you to start to show symptoms after you've come into contact with it. It's usually within 48 hours, but it can take 3 to 4 days as well, so that's possible as well. That's possible as well, especially if you've been anywhere with air conditioning or anything like that, but right, I think I've done enough of this now. We'll keep it, but right, let's put away what we've got. First off, put you in there because I think you're needed for. Yeah, you're needed if I want to make that. You can go in there as well. You can go in there. You're coming with me. Seeds. I'm in that one. Although I do need to get the garden set up because it's outside and it's not really doing anything. Flowers in this one. Okay. Now then. Let me throw you away because I really don't need you. Okay. Powders and bases, so I'll put steel fire in there. Our chemical ingredients goes in that one. See, I'm organised now! Rope and... Yup. I don't know what those are. Devolved demon spider chunks. I'm assuming these can go in here. Right, those can go outside. Potions and orbs. Where did I put? There we go. And then we've got ores in there. I'll take those with me to town. I don't want to take too many of them to town. Wow, that's a lot. You can go in there. Okay, stone in this one. Fuel should go in the end one. Yes, it does. See how organised I'm getting. Food can go over here to rot. Until I am ready to get... Because I've got a friend that's making me a fridge, right? So... I mean, I can make it, but I'm RPing for it, so... I've got a friend making me a fridge. You can go in there. And then... Okay, this one. Oh, we miss out, it's still making it, okay. You can go in there. Insects in here. Okay. Don't know whether Helena set hers up or not yet, so... No, that's not the right kind of note. I need a different type of note. That's okay though. Right. Did I just come in here for? I've got no idea. Oh yeah, I was going to put the silk away. Animal products over here somewhere. There. Okay, that's you sorted. Wood. That is you sorted, and silk can go in there. And now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Actually, I need to take a little bit of the coal with me. Wrong one. Thank you. That should be enough. Okay, we're good. Now then, I gotta go over that away. I'll see if anybody's home there later. I got things to do. Problem is, I've got to run through their property to get to where I want to go. So, sorry guards, excuse me. It's just Mary, I'm coming through. Lots of pens set up. Wait. Oh, you got ostriches! Woo! I've been looking for them. No, I don't need anything off you. It's fine. Okay. I think I already know how to get them. I'm fairly certain I do, but it's something that I have planned to do at a later date with Helena. We were talking about it the other day, actually. But yes, I can definitely ask you because you've already got some, right? So, hey, birds! Oh dear. Well, put in a ticket and ask. I would have to check with Body if it was okay, but if you're prepared to kill it and get a refund for it, it may be possible. Unless you've done too much RP with it already, in which case obviously we can't, but you'd have to ask. I can't authorize it because I'd have to double check with Body, but I'm sure if you put in a ticket and ask, it might be possible for us to do that. Gold. I've got so much gold it is coming out of my ears. Okay, we're going completely out of the way, but anyway. Took a wrong turn. And I have been in lyric mode for days, guys. Right, days. As in, I say something and immediately a song lyric comes into my head and I nearly start singing it. It's ridiculous. I am really tempted to buy a dragon, but honestly, she doesn't need one. She's got a broomstick. Why would she need to get a dragon? We took the scenic route. That's what we did. I'm gonna have to remember which. I think it's the papyrus scrolls that I need for writing letters. I'm gonna have to design myself a new wax seal as well. The Pegasus would really suit her. But the dragon just obviously just as a throwback to Marin, of course. But the Pegasus would really suit her. However, she's got a broomstick, so why would she need to spend all that money on a Pegasus when she's got a broomstick, right?
Oh.
Okay, I need to get some keys made. Hello again! I need to change these. Yeah, I want to go to the city, please.
Oh.
I always walk for the first bit just to make sure everything's loaded in. Hello, Varia. How is my favourite smelter today? If you don't mind. You're my favorite. Yeah, actually, I don't think it flies. I'm fairly certain it doesn't. So, can you make keys? I know I unlock keys. Give me a minute. We had a little mishap with the character. It's possible I didn't re-unlock it. No, I learnt those. Crafted it. Oh, maybe it's just the regular blacksmith. Can you make keys? Why? Why am I not finding how to make keys? It says made at the blacksmith bench, right? What am I missing? Because I've unlocked it, and it says crafted at the blacksmith workstation. Oh, yeah, these are SBS though, not Shani's. There's one at the very bottom. Let me get my torch out. That's the armorers. That's the ancient sieve. Where? I'm so confused. Hey, Yari, how you doing? Oh, the very bottom of the feet, you mean? Okay, hang on. I might have to make a workstation here. Oh, it's that one, is it? Okay. Okay. Ugh, I didn't want to have to do this. Okay. Alright, well, it'll have to wait. Thank you. It'll have to wait because I don't particularly want to have to do that, but I'm sure I can find somebody that can do them, so. I will RP because I don't want to have a load of workstations in my place, you know? Okay, I will ask my neighbour when I see them. Because I know she can unlock it, like it is unlocked for her, but like I said, this character isn't going to have a load of workstations and everything else at her place. It's going to be, look how pretty she looks in the firelight. She's so pretty. I want her to have to RP for things that, you know, so she's not got a massive workshop and things like that. I just think it opens up so many possibilities to RP if you're bartering with other people for things. That's all those folks from her home were trying to do. Treat her to a nice candlelit dinner. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. What they were trying to do is dunk her in the bloody water to see if she drowned or not. That's what they were going to do. All those poor people died and she was all left alone because she had protection on herself. for the bonfire and no dinner. It's actually a misconception that witches were burnt at the stake. Very few were. But actually in the UK, and certainly in Salem actually, most of them were hung apart from the one that was crushed to death with stones. But in the UK, when Elizabeth I died, no. When Edward died and Mary, Bloody Mary, took the throne, she turned the UK back to Catholicism instead of Protestant, right? And she burnt Protestants at the stake, which is where the whole burning at the stake comes from. But the witches, most of them were hung. And then some of them were dunked. There were a couple that were burnt at the stake, but for the most part, they were, in the UK at least, they were hung or dunked in the water, you know? If they floated, then they were guilty and they were hung. And if they drowned, they were innocent, but they were already dead. I always go swimming on a date. I just make sure that when I go swimming on a date, I've set my face with fixing spray that's waterproof, because no man is going to catch me out by taking me swimming on a first date and waiting for my makeup to come off, because I ain't that stupid. I am making sure that shit stays in place. I have read it. I don't have a copy of it, but I have read it. Nothing, you haven't really missed anything. Just debates and conversation and history. We're learning history, because it's important. Right. So, she couldn't get what she wanted there. She's going to have to go and see if any of her neighbours are home. And see if any of them can make keys. And drop some stuff off. And I've got birds. And I don't know whether Helena's home or not. I'm going to have to go and find that out. And then I will continue around on my journey. You left it out at a pagan camp for laughs. Yeah, I can't imagine that went down well. Can't imagine. Mole Station 4 driver, please. So, on insect news at Mama's house, we have 3 butterflies that have hatched out of their cocoons that have been fed with honey water. And I actually got 2 little, they're feeding troughs for ants actually. One's a larger one and then a smaller one. My ants, the harvester ants, don't need the honey water. They'll only take honey water if regular water isn't available, because they eat mostly seeds and they get the protein and stuff from that. But let's see where we're going. Go by foot. Actually, we're not going to go by foot. Sod that. We're going to take a nice moonlit broom ride. There we go. So I put the sugar water in for the honey water in for the butterflies. They're quite happily munching on that. And I put some honey water in for the ants. In Alessia's ants, they're going absolutely shit crazy. I have never seen them. Other than when I put a dead moth in there the other day and they went absolutely nutso trying to get it into the nest. I have never seen them go so crazy, but suddenly arrows. Good luck hitting a moving target in the dark. Oh, those beacons. Yep, that's a challenge. Because you never fly in a straight line if you think somebody's going to be shooting at you. Ever. Of course, I don't know what happens if somebody shoots her when she's on a broomstick, whether she falls to the floor or not. That would be a little bit of a pain in the ass, would it not? Okay, I was miles away, so where's the tree? Oh, maybe, yeah, okay. Hi, honeys, I'm home. Right. There is the grinder. And pop this back over here in the fuel section. So we got a little bit of... Oh, wait, the treasures. Give me my treasures. No, that's not the treasures. I want the treasures. No! Stop it! Stop opening the wrong thing. There we go. Treasures. Alright, let me see if my neighbours are home. Oh, that needs to go in with the treasures as well. There we go. Okay. Yes, I use bone meal in the, occasionally I use bone meal. I tend to make my compost with dry plant fiber, and water. But when I've got a lot of bones, and I do also get a, I do get a lot of rotten flesh and stuff as well, then I will throw that in the compost bins and let that just grind down. So, but more often than not, no, I don't really use the bones that much. We're gonna take you out and you out just because. Does it? Well, I always get loads of, but I just throw the chitin away. I've never thought of grinding it, to be honest. I need to get a drying rack. I got a drying rack now. What was I going to put in the dry? Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can make... Stop it. You opened the wrong thing now, didn't you? Have I got any purple lotus? Oh my god. There's one problem with these small things. Right. I've got 4 purple lotus seed, and that's not going to be enough. Although purple lotus grows all the way around here, so growing purple lotus would just be ridiculous. Honestly. This though, if I can dry 100, well, yeah, let's just try 223 of it. You go in there. I need wood. Wrong one again. There we go. There we go. I don't really use bones for anything. It's very rare I need a bone. I heard it! I heard it! I heard it! Well, Mama. That descended into chaos rather quickly, did it not? Me a second, guys. I'm just cleaning my glasses after I've steamed them up. Okay. Some of the altars ask for bones. Okay. Depends on whether they expect me to sacrifice people or not. Right. Let me go and see if my neighbour is home. Also, get some aloe growing outside because I'm going to need plenty more of that. Look at all them aloe seeds. If I end up with too many, I will just simply crush them. I'm gonna have to get some lighting going out here. I might have to talk to my friend and see, you know, how she made her lampposts and stuff. Okay. So, you want to go in there, you want to go in there, and what I want to do right now is grab... I already planted seeds ages ago. That's just being weird. Let's grab some water. Okay. And off you grow. Okay, now I do want to get at some point some desert berries going because I know my friend likes coffee. So drying the desert berries should give me coffee beans. Right, let's go and see if the neighbours are home. See if anybody can help me. You better stay here because I don't know how his guards are going to react to me, never mind you. Although I was fine earlier. You hate lampposts. I actually quite like lampposts. As long as they're not the flickering ones, right? As long as they're more static. Let me see if anybody is home. Maybe nobody home. Looks like nobody's home. Oh well. Can I leave a note? Safer with a locked door, given the strange tent nearby. Look forward to seeing you all soon, Mary. There we go. Wait, why can I not leave a notice? Is it not letting me? Ah. Why can't I post? Oh. No subjects. In search of information. There we go. Post it. Oh, I see a Jorvik. Yeah, I just left you a note. That was very good timing.
Well, how are you, Madam Garlick?
I am doing fine, Jorvik, thank you. As you can see, the cottage is finished and I've now moved in.
I know, I landed on your roof the other day.
Oh, okay. Hope you didn't put a hole in it. I have to sleep in there.
No. My praetor is remarkably light on his feet.
Ah, right. I just left you a little note because I was wondering if you know anybody that can forge keys. I would feel safer with a locked door given that strange tent in the area.
Well, maybe not forge, but I know how to file keys.
Perfect.
Would you like me to show you how it's done?
If you don't mind.
Yeah, come on, it's fairly simple.
All right.
Yeah, upstairs, dear.
All right. I've posted a bodyguard outside just in case whoever's in that tent comes sniffing, but...
It's probably a good idea, given everything we've, the other person we met wasn't exactly the friendliest sort.
Was that strange fellow that refused to speak when I was close?
Well, there was that one, but I think I haven't seen hide or hair of him, and I left a note at theirs because they seem to have moved up rather close, and Ember was explaining to me that they had to place down one of our own artisan benches to assist them in making their tents because apparently they couldn't place anything in the area. So, it's probably because they were too close. The guards wouldn't let them.
Yes, I would say so.
Hold on. I have my fine crafting bench somewhere around here, and my fire. Let me look for them.
Alright, I'll just wait here with your workers.
Here we are.
The placement didn't work, not the land claim. Okay. iron bars, so we're good.
Now let's do this outside.
Alright.
Wooden floor and all that.
Suppose if you're filing metal, there's a risk of sparks.
Ah, hello, Christian. That's how keys are normally made. Oh. Alright, had a bit of a headache there.
Yeah. Oh my!
Oh, yes, that's Praetor.
Odds on earth. Can I go over and see him?
Oh, of course, dear. This property is open to you, you know that. The guards know it too.
Oh my.
Yeah. Step back.
Oh. Wow. Remarkable. It seems we can both fly.
Well, I was in other lands not long ago, and there were some folks that actually had pairs of these, and I've always been mystified as to how to get a hold of them, because being able to fall from the sky and use these gliders that those men in the city have been making, I can tell you, gives you significant advantage. It is known as a griffin, dear.
Okay, thank you.
I know you were about to ask, that's why I thought I'd let you know. It's the combination of almost all the regal animals you can imagine. An eagle, a lion, and then of course I'm on its back, so there's that as well.
Ego!
Yeah, you are Praetor. Yes, I know.
What does it eat?
People. No, it eats meat, dear.
Okay.
Actually, it has the same diet as some of our larger cats. So, given the fact that it's part lion, that might be why. As a matter of fact, I think the reason its diet is that way is because, well, its belly is located in the area that's part lion. Possibly, I don't know.
Well, I mean, eagles would eat meat too.
That's true.
Mice, smaller birds.
Well, let's just hope he never gets to eyeballing Lady Kareen.
Right.
Well, so this is my smaller workstation. I use it for more fine products, but the way we used to make keys in Denmark is we didn't actually forge them or cast them. Some did mass-produced keys for instance, if an abbey needed keys to all their doors, they would usually have one key made and then copied several dozen times. But for small personal projects, it's better to do it by hand with these files. And
I would actually need 3, so I'm going to have to try and replicate it.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. So what we do here is, do you have a pattern for the key?
I do.
Alright, what you want to do is you want to scribe your pattern on this little iron sheet.
Ah, right. Press key, no.
And then once you have that done, you can then use this small saw.
Can I ask you to turn this, Actually, it might be quicker for me to go home and get it, but I've got iron bars on me, but I think I need something smaller. Otherwise I'll be here all day
Something
filing, won't I? Maybe a reinforcement instead? You know, the little, wedges, I suppose you would call them, of iron.
I suppose, I could probably hammer them out into sheets with a few blows of my hammer. That's what the heat's for.
Alright, and I think I need, to go and grab some of my gold dust to decorate the, handle.
Well, of course, you want to anneal the handles so they don't tarnish.
Right, well, I will go and get that, and I will be right back.
Very well.
I'll bring the iron reinforcements with me. To think of a way to say I needed the dust and what I needed it for. Trying to find an RP reason to go and get it, you know? Right, so if I go into here, pop that into there. I take a couple of those with me, and then I think I have gold dust over here, no? I'll do the ones with the little heart-shaped handles, because that's cute. Close the door behind me, because we've got strangers in the area. Just me, gods, don't panic! That's not where we were. That's where we were. Just Mary coming through. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this should be easier.
Yes.
Okay.
I've laid out the tools for you here, so the first thing you're going to want to do is take your pattern, right?
Okay.
Put it on your first sheet there. Right, now pick up the hardened steel scribing needle I have placed to the side there. There you are. Now, you want to take that jeweler saw, after you get it scribed in. You want to follow the pattern as closely as you can. It's okay if there's a little extra on it, because the files will help to remove that later.
It's like punching a pumpkin pattern with a needle.
Very similar.
Hey, daughter of mine! Alright. We've got that scribed in.
So now you want to take that jeweler saw that I have laid out there, and you're going to want to saw along the pattern. Think of it like you're, no offense meant, of course, cutting out a pattern for a new dress or something. It's very similar.
No offense taken, I'm quite an adept seamstress. This is a little harder to cut than fabric.
Is it? Oh, well, I suppose it would be.
Is unliving someone still illegal? Yes, my darling, it is still illegal.
Very good. Now, once you have the blank, which is what we call that, cut out, you're going to take the files and you're basically going to round out all the areas you'll be touching, as well as maybe breaking the edge on the rest of the surface of the key. So just kind of rounding it over a bit. And then we'll move on to annealing and strengthening the key so it doesn't snap off in your door lock.
It shouldn't be. Why? What's he done now? Now I know why my husband was always covered in dust when he came home.
Very likely if he was a smith.
He was
Now,
indeed.
If you'll take that, if you'll take your gold dust and get it prepared there, you can put it on a piece of rawhide. You're going to want to take that key that you just made and file. Using those tongs, you're going to want to put it in the fire until it's about, you're going to eyeball it, and you're going to want it to be like a nice golden hue. You don't want it to be cherry red. You want it to be like hay colored.
Go downstairs and tell him to turn his music down. You can hear it. Because he was moaning about yours.
You are a remarkably quick study.
I watched my husband do this a lot. I just never had a clue what he was doing.
Yeah. Something I was told during my time in the Order, as we had to study smithing to maintain our armor and such, is when looking at metal heat, you're basically looking for dawn. So it goes from purple to blue to golden to red, just as the dawn does. So, alright, we're quickly approaching temperature there. There we are. Alright, now you're going to want to hold it aloft, let it cool down slightly.
Because
This
that's
is what's called normalizing.
the name of one of
Makes
our
it so
ancestors.
It's not brittle, too brittle.
Right. Is this something about tempering the metal?
Very much so, yes.
Okay.
Given what the forefathers told us at the Order, apparently metal has an internal grain like a piece of bread.
Right.
And if the structure is not in harmony, it can cause the metal to be fairly weak. So, want to make sure it's nice and tight and
That's why cheap
all
kitchen
ordered.
equipment breaks quickly.
Very much so, yes. It's also why I don't make anything out of
Yeah,
pot metal, even pots. Alright. Now, we're going to heat it again, just a bit.
Okay.
Just enough to bring the color back, and then we're going to use the gold dust here to do what you wanted to do with the handle.
Yep. Actual ancestors. She was born Mary Ingram in 1630, and she married a Giles Garlick in 15. I think it was 1652, somewhere around there. Okay, go shout him.
Alright. That should be good enough. I'll bring it over here, holding it with the tongs, and we will apply some of this gold dust to it to complete the key.
Oh wow, it melts very quickly.
Yes,
Let me
it
just
does.
make-
And once you wipe it down and clean it up, you'll find that the gold has created almost an imperceptible layer on the metal itself. And that's your first key created. Now, if you just lay it there on the top of the anvil is still cold. So what it'll do is it will gradually draw the heat out, completing the tempering process and completing your key.
Weights.
Yes, that's how I was taught to make keys anyway.
I think it's a similar process, but my husband had a... He would create an individual... It depends on how many they wanted. So if they wanted 3 or 4, he would create a mold of the first key after he'd made it, and then just pour melted metal into the mold. But if it was just an individual key, I think he made them in a similar manner.
Then you miss out on the chance to temper and all of that as well. I cannot tell you how many times I had to repair my own keys that they were... We were given a ring of keys. One was to access our personal, I'd say personal armory. It was more a chest really with all of our...
Welcome back, is you turning it down?
And everyone was issued with a set of keys, and I cannot tell you how many times they broke because they just went ahead and poured them all to shape.
He had another process that he did though while they were still warm that would make them stronger, but I don't know what it was. He certainly never had clients come back complaining that the key had snapped off in the lock. Yeah, I know it's the The base he has it set to vibrates your heart and everything. It's
Your
ridiculous.
husband and I could likely swap a lot of stories in smithing. I mean, it's not my profession. It's just a number of things I was taught in the order, in order to make myself as sufficient as possible on my own for extended periods of time in the field.
Right.
Didn't always have access to the logistics of the order, but
Repeat the process for key number 2, shall we?
mm-hmm. And I'll stand by here to make sure you don't set yourself aflame. Or set my building on fire, either. That would be a tragedy.
I do have a bucket on me. I could quickly get to water and put it out if need be.
Oh. But,
Am I too quiet?
wouldn't you like melt or something?
Gee, I've never heard that one before.
I'm sorry.
No, but I would float and then they would accuse me of witchcraft anyway.
I suppose that's very unfortunate if you happen to be an innocent woman who's very large-chested, because you would likely probably float anyway.
Yes, I probably would. And also, I noticed that they would tie people in such a way that would cause their skirts to billow, trapping air, which again would force them to float. Is anybody else finding me very quiet?
That is certainly interesting. I mean, I can't say anything. Some of the things the Order did, for instance, they believed everyone who used their left hand or was left-handed
Okay,
would
it's
eventually
probably your
become
phone then,
a
kid.
practicing necromancer. And I said, no, it's the ones you have to worry about are the ones who abuse their right hand. Those are the weird ones you must worry for.
How does one abuse their right hand?
It's not something I'd discuss in kind company.
Right.
Lurking in alleyway, staring out at people.
Bubbles never flew, Mr. Worst. Bubbles never flew. Bubbles had wings because of the saddle on her, but she never actually flew.
There you are. See? You're natural.
I'm channeling my husband wherever he is. No, there isn't a flying Pegasus, darling. Well, I think that's the keys done.
Very well.
Thank you very much for teaching me that. It was a most interesting process.
Well, of course, I mean, I'd happily make them for you, but if I'm not around, I'd hate for you to be put out, so I figure I might as well teach you.
I think it's always handy to learn new skills. I still think I would prefer to pay somebody to do it unless I have a lot of time like I did today, but it was definitely very interesting to try. I wonder if I could make spoons and forks and knives. Interesting.
Quite possibly. I know that in the city they sell instructional booklets, but it wouldn't be all too dissimilar. I do know that...
No, it's because they've gone to Italy.
It's far easier to make knives and forks and spoons and such. Well, forks and spoons at least, out of bone, because you can just boil it and then place it in a mold and clamp it down and it'll retain the shape, but...
Most people where I come from used wood. Although I am considering doing every other Saturday. Yes,
not have had particularly long-lived dishware.
No, but we had people in the village that will whittle them. Most of the people in my village were exceedingly poor and metal would have been too expensive.
Oh, but bone should have been easy enough to come by, wouldn't it?
Well, one would think so, with all the animals and stuff around, but I don't suppose they ever thought of it.
Well, the best material I've found to use is cattle horn, if one could get their hands on
Hi,
it.
Cal! That's what I said!
There's actually quite a few creatures around here that if you hunt them, they can give horn, and it's some of the best I've used for... Well, let's see. I was using regular quills at one point in time, but then I switched over to basically a scribing tool with made of antler.
No,
It's
she had
actually
Terra
quite
also
a bit
had a
better.
griffin that she used to fly on. I've forgotten the name of it. Oh, and I've been throwing the horns away.
No. You want to keep them because, if nothing else, if you are as apt an apothecary as you say and you're going to have a garden, they are very good at, you can also grind them up as well.
I have about 20,000 grams of bone powder at the moment.
You can always use more. Oh, also,
Lily, that's right.
as you've no doubt noticed if you've walked through at any point recently, we have a lot of animal pens up.
I noticed. I actually wanted to ask you where you got the ostriches from. I could do with the eggs.
Oh, well, that's simple enough. You probably passed by those strange structures out in the valley. They look like they look triangular in shape.
The
They have all the little
shrines
braziers up.
with the little
Yes.
maps inside. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I found that you can activate those places.
Really?
And apparently, it drops people from the heaven.
Oh.
For what reason, I don't know. But sometimes those people, if you go and rummage around, will have those creatures on them. Or sometimes they'll drop
Interesting.
pigs, or antelopes, or leopards, or jaguars, or bear cubs. It really just depends.
Why would the heavens drop people onto the floor?
No idea, and it's unfortunate because when they come through, they fall and they die, but I've seen most of them and done an inspection afterward. During my time here originally, what it would do is transport people here, much kind of in the same way that we arrived. Well, you arrived at least.
Mm-hmm.
Much in the same way. That's. It seems it's made to bring people here, and I think my hypothesis is the same now as it was then. That this isle used to be host to a very advanced race of people that created the creatures. Well, most of the creatures in the vault.
I can turn it up a bit.
And those people would bring
But the ads are meant to be louder.
humans here to work as slaves, a food source, variety of things. But after this calamity that occurred,
There you
during
go.
which whoever built these places is no longer here, the humans have banded together in small camps you've no doubt seen all over the place.
Yes, they attack you as soon as you go near. They're very strange people.
Very much. But I do believe that the process by which that those people would bring other people through has been corrupted in such a way that it no longer transports them here as it did when I was here. See, when I was here, you could activate those shrines and it would drop people from the heavens that you could rescue as a form of salvation and bring them, to your camp, to your home, whichever. Feed them. They'd often fight for you, that sort of thing.
Right.
But here, they fall from the sky and are
I
immediately
have.
terminated upon touching the ground.
So the only way to get these things is to sacrifice people.
Well, not necessarily. I found the animals purely by incident, but also it's worth noting that when looking over many of the corpses, they bear things that would mark them out as some sort of cultists.
Oh.
The one instance I can tell you of is some god they call Dagon. Looks like some sort of bizarre manfish.
Oh, I've seen some creatures that look similar to that near one of the, I can only describe it as a vault, really. It's got big doors, it's quite secure.
Ah, yes, there are two such vaults. One down the river a good ways, and one almost immediately behind us.
I've found about 4 or 5 of them so far, I think.
There are 14 in total.
14? My goodness.
Yes. I have been in every single one. They are much the same as they were when I was here the first time around, albeit they are not under the possession of a Death Knight worshipping a dark god, so they're a lot easier to get in and out of than they used to be.
Right.
But for the most part, there's a lot of magical-centric focus within those vaults. I mean, they themselves are magical structures. The doors are inscribed with runes. I don't even know what they mean.
No, I'm working on deciphering them, but it's going to be a long process, I think.
I think they make a reference. I found one such place in my original stint here in this land, but there's these obelisks around in certain locations that have the same runes upon them that tell the story of someone named Zenaris. So, using those and a tablet I found that allowed me to study the language, I was able to read most of these tablets, and it tells the story of someone named Zenaris, who I guess was a king or something at some point, or a sorcerer. But the runes appear similar, but they're out of order. Or maybe they're written in a different way. You know how
All
some
right,
cultures,
kiddo.
they scribe
Night,
their
night, darling.
right to left to right, or up and down. I think that might be the case here, is they're just scribed in a different manner. So,
Right. I'm going to take rubbings of them at some point. Now I can make parchment paper again. Take some charcoal take some rubbings so I can study them at home rather than having to stand in an area where I might get attacked doing so.
probably a good idea. There is one such obelisk above it at that, and that's the one I found the last time I was here, at that vault with the bird people.
Ah, I've killed a couple of the bird people, but I haven't ventured to the vault yet.
Yeah, when you go up to the vault, immediately if you're approaching the vault, it's going to be right-hand side. As you draw near to the stone, it seems to predict something human or something living.
Guys, if you are not on the server and you want to be a part of the story, that is the Discord link that you need to follow.
And then you can also take a rubbing of one of the doors, or take a rubbing of the door at the same time.
Yes.
And compare them and see if there is a match.
Good idea. See if I can find a way to decipher the language. There's so many scrolls just thrown around the floor, especially inside those buildings, you know?
Yes, which makes me think that the creatures that we see today... Well, I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a secret.
Okay.
Many years past, and I mean many years past, if the date we are given currently by the people that we met when we first arrived here, if you arrived the same way I did at the port.
I did.
Denmark and all the events that occurred there, and including my incarceration and subsequent excommunication, happened well over 1,000 years ago. Which means that the what I call the war against the Adrian War, or the Adrian Incident, there's many names for it, occurred at least around the same time frame, about 1,000 or so years ago. Up to that point, the Order made us believe that brothers who had fallen to the curse we carry within our blood, well, it's not a curse, it's a gift, I've come to find, but detailed. Brothers who transformed and could not transform back, we believed were taken and euthanized, but by doing a bit of investigation, 2 of the vaults of this land contain former brothers of mine.
Oh.
That being the Vault of the Wolfmen and the Vault of the Wolf Brothers on the far, well, what we call the Redwood.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, especially since, at least in both vaults, the one who seems to be in charge is wearing the armor very similar to the Order. A lot of people would think a bizarre werewolf would wear body armor, but it's likely they were still wearing it when they transformed and just never took it off. I mean, it is designed in such a way to allow for growth, just not that much.
Right.
But,
maybe it's become fused
also,
to his body at this point.
It's very possible. But when one looks at the recipe scrolls that are in there, they contain the recipes for, well, what I'm familiar with is the armor and weapons of the Order. So the only thing that isn't in there is the process by which one makes blessed steel, which I still know how to do. So
Right.
But And that was going on for at least, well, who knows however many years. The Kingdom of Denmark and subsequently the Church and the various militant orders had already been well established for a couple of thousand years by the time I came around. So, I think this island either exists separate from standard time as we know it, or it chooses when and where to show up. Now, we did know, or at least I did know, I found out back then, that this island usually chooses to show itself every 50 years or so. Outside of that, it remains shrouded in mist and quite unapproachable.
Right.
So, apart from, you know, getting sucked up from your own time and deposited here.
I know when I cast the spell, I awoke. I was actually in the sea, and I got dragged out. A place they call Toshi Station.
Yes, we, myself and Lady Krina arrived, I wouldn't say in much the same way. We were actually trying to find this place. We traveled through the Feywild to do so.
Right.
Reckoning that, and the reason we came here is not for adventure or riches or anything like that. When I was first here, I was taken aback by just how gloriously fertile everything is. I mean, I have not seen a single part of this place, apart from the Southern Isle, that is not green and lush and capable of producing, you know, a great amount of grain, crops. Looks like if it weren't for all the creatures about, it would be the perfect place to raise families and to start over again.
Indeed. And as fast as I take some of those creatures down, more take their place. They breed, as we would say where I'm from, like rabbits.
Something we intend to do. So maybe perhaps one day we will outstrip their ability. Who knows?
Yay.
Well, I mean, we're trying to build a whole new Denmark, you know, so various,
So your queen's going to be
refugees.
constantly pregnant, is she?
No, I don't mean me personally, I mean
Oh,
we,
right,
the
okay.
Kingdom of Denmark.
You had me worried there for a moment.
Goodness, no, nothing like that. It's, the people of Denmark, they've experienced much, and I know a great many of them would like to settle down. Plus, we would like to make a safe haven here in the material plane, as we've come to call it, where Fae of the Summer Court would be more than welcome. You know, so if something were to happen, if they need to abscond away from the Winter Court and the predations of those unseelie creatures in the Feywild, and they
Summer
pop through a
Court and
portal
Winter
and-
Court. I'm not familiar with this.
Well, although my lovely spouse is a subject matter expert, I know a fair bit from my studies to help her regain her memories as regards to how she ended up here on the material plane in the first place. So, in the Feywild, there are two courts, the Summer Court and the Winter Court. Now, Summer Court would contain all those Fey creatures that one might be considered to call benevolent. You know, these are the ones that aren't necessarily evil unless you are evil to them first. That's their belief. They treat others as they are treated.
Okay.
That is in opposition to the Winter Court, which is what they call unseelie, which is things like vampires, red caps. Trying to think of something you might be familiar with in mythology or a story or a fairy tale.
Brownies?
I think brownies are a member of the Summer Court, actually.
Right,
they're,
okay.
they're not inherently bad, so far as you don't treat them badly. But woe betide you if you treat a brownie badly.
Maybe a wee McFeegle then.
Possibly. But
Stories
there's a
I've
number of
heard, they hit you in the shins with a frying pan if you upset them.
Well, honestly, if I make any woman about your size angry, I can risk the same, so. Unless you're a fey creature and I'm not aware of it.
No, I'm not Fae.
But, no, but these were where, your people probably, at one point in time, might have known them as Fae, but now they call them demons. That's the Unseelie and the Winter Court. They are inherently negative in aspect. They only wish to...
Imps, then.
Very much so, yes.
Okay.
There is what was it I was told? Whereas the Summer Court realizes that the material plane belongs to, well, us, living people, the Winter Court wishes to make that not so. They want to control it. They believe that they, being inherently magical creatures, are somehow... They're a bit supremacist when it comes to certain things. You know, they believe that everything is below them because of who they are. And considering that one of the creatures that calls the Winter Court home are vampires, I'm not surprised.
I've only heard of these in legend, of course.
I have met them. In flesh and blood. I have slain several, well, at this stage probably several hundred of them, not counting lesser thralls and ghoul. You throw those in there and the number becomes exponentially larger. After all, when you figure that's what I did as a profession for, what, at least 4 centuries?
Wow, okay. You
Long
don't
time.
look 500 years old.
Oh no, that's because I'm not 500 years old.
Oh, okay.
So, I joined the order when I was 7. I say joined, I was given to the order when I was 7, indoctrinated, and from there, so... I'm actually, if going off my own personal calendar here, not the one... If I was to go off this, I'd be several thousand years old, but... Going off my own personal calendar, and my reckoning of time, I am 452 years old.
Well, that's almost 500.
Look, you're only as young as you feel, dear.
Right.
And I still feel about 200, so got a few more years left to go.
If I felt 200, I would be dust on the floor.
Well, guess it's a good thing you brought a broom.
I walked into that one.
But no, the changes they make to us in the Order give us those long lifespans. There were brothers in the Order that had been serving, I think the oldest that I met, who was an administrator of, he was right hand to the bishop himself, was at least 1,200 years old, if not a little more.
Oh, my.
And provided we're not killed in combat, we can live a long time. We are immune to disease, poison, many other things. We have a few weaknesses, but we don't really share them overtly with many.
Well, that would be a good strategy if the enemy gets hold of them.
Well, there was one point in time where a family of vampires thought, he is a lichen, so he must be allergic to silver. And they did stab me with a silvered knife, which, well, while that's a good train of thought, it wasn't the right kind, and so they ended up getting killed.
Fair
And
enough. I think if somebody came to try and stab me with a knife, I'd try and kill them too.
Their last words were, "It didn't work."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
There's the right.
I have, oh, very much so. Well, but no, for the most part, that's, I mean, my profession now, if you could call it a profession, is leading my people into a new golden age for Denmark, re-establishing the kingdom, growing trade, making safe whatever land we're occupying.
Be careful with your cloak near that fire, Jorvik. Keeps wafting dangerously close to the wind.
It's glorious.
Okay, I
it's there
don't
for
want you
dramatic
to light
effect.
up like a torch and have to throw yourself headfirst into the water.
Oh, no, I'll be alright. But no, that's what I do now. Just trying to get a foothold for my people, allow them to recover, recuperate, rebuild. And hopefully this place becomes home. If it does not, maybe that perfect place exists out there. There are still many of my people, well, I don't think here. I would probably have to reach them by way of the Feywild and going back, but there's still many of my people that were out there in the world, and the only problem that I have is I wasn't the only thing to survive the cataclysm of Denmark, nor were the refugees. The
Right.
church survived. As fragmented as they were, they have combined themselves into a, I don't want to say super church to make it sound like some sort of hero from a children's story, but they have, all the orders have come together and formed something they call the Ebon Order. And their first rule of business is when they find me is to kill me. And then their second rule of business is to gather all of those refugees of Denmark, as well as anyone that I've brought to my side that is human, at least, under their rule and form a theocracy, which is what they wanted to do originally, but my father opposed it. We will see how that pans out.
Well, they have to find you first.
That's very true. They're very close to doing so before. They had at least found themselves, according to correspondence I got, there were people in black armor asking about myself on this isle shortly after my death. So,
Well, if they believe you dead, maybe they've stopped looking.
hopefully. Hopefully word doesn't get back to them that I'm very much alive. But there's also the concern, of course, that while they are doing what they're doing, when they come across refugees of Denmark that they're also looking for, they're kidnapping them and forcing them to basically serve them. So my goal is to get to them first, and if I can't get to them first, one day I'm probably going to have to do something I really do not wish to do. I'd rather them see the error of their ways and see, as I have seen, going forward. I'd rather more of the brothers join me and live decent lives than I have to put them to the sword. I would prefer not to do that, but just I guess it just depends on how many I'm able to reach.
Organized religion has a lot to answer for, though. So many deaths.
But I am gifted with the remarkable point of view of having actually spoken to my god and been told that my way was the right way.
Isn't it interesting when you can have conversations with your gods and most people look at you like you're insane?
Well, I told them I had to die to do it, and anyone else was welcome to practice if they wished, but most people tend to stop the arguments at that point.
I can see why.
I think they're very afraid of dying or something. It's really not all that
A lot
bad.
of people are. A lot of people are afraid of death.
Well, then they don't have faith.
Very true.
You know, if you truly have faith, take for instance, I guess the people that you've talked to me about, they sound remarkably like some of the Romani I knew that practiced faith regarding a single god. They had a name for it. It skips my mind at the moment, but they would often say that there was paradise waiting for them after death if they lived a good life. And so I was remarkably taken aback at the fact that when their time undoubtedly came, be it from hostile action or from sickness, every one of them seemed to have this great fear of leaving, and I think it boiled down to it was far easier to say that was going to happen, but when it actually became a reality, they believed that they did not actually truly believe there was paradise waiting for them. They were afraid it was just nothing.
Right.
Call it human skepticism, I guess, but...
Indeed. I think a lot of people, when faced with death, would question. And have to wait to see when they get onto the other side, I suppose, but...
I remember my death on this isle. It was... I don't want to say it was funny. It was actually quite terrifying at the time. I had engaged Adrian in single combat. Long story short, at the end of all of it, I died screaming and laughing and defiant. Which I guess, at the time, maybe I was just not smart enough to realize that I was indeed dying. So
Maybe, but I suppose if you're laughing at him, he's gonna be very pissed off when you're dead and you got the last laugh.
yeah, I think that was the whole point. But I could certainly understand, at least from a very human perspective, how many people would fear death, because there's that thing in the mind of I didn't get everything done I wish to do.
Yes, or say everything I wish to say.
Oh, don't worry, I don't have a problem with that.
No, you don't say.
I say it even if no one's around, just to make sure it's out there. No regrets.
That's fair. I've held the hand of many that were dying. Some went very peacefully with smiles on their faces, reaching out to loved ones, and others went very, very fretfully and seemed to be terrified of what was waiting for them.
Maybe it was very hot.
Maybe they just had regrets of their lifetime, and the last few moments before they died, that's all they could think about.
No, that's why I'm honestly surprised procrastinators haven't discovered immortality. Because you merely had to walk up to one and say, look, you have to die. At some point you have to die, and they would just merely say, not today, I'll do it tomorrow. Continually. Living forever.
I wonder if that would work. I don't think I'd want to live forever, though. You get
Let me
very
tell
tired, would you not?
It's not that bad. Really, I have learned much in my time. And I continually learn even more. I get to meet such interesting people as yourself, and I never would have met Karina had it not been for my extended longevity.
I guess it depends on what you do with the time.
True. That, I will say, that is one thing that I have bore witness to. People who are notoriously long-lived, I've seen the gamut from outright
See what you
boredom
do,
to where they cause
and it's
trouble
death
just
as in
because
death
they
from the
can,
death world. You just throw a cat at him and walk away. He likes cats, it distracts
seemingly
him.
depressive, don't know what to do, sort of just going through the motions.
Right.
But
Oh,
I've always tried to express to folk. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I think it's important to fill your time. Like, for example, I'm not making much profit on it, but I have a few friends that I've met here on the Isle, and if they need healing balms or potions or whatever, they can just knock on my door and I'll gladly make them for them. There are other ways to make money. I'm quite an adept seamstress, so I can sew clothes for people. I tend to barter, so a builder that built my house has received many healing products from me, and I think she might be looking for some more outfits, so I can help her with those as well as a way of payment,
Excellent. We've just got the trading post established, and it's more a social thing than any actual real mercantilism.
Right.
But that's why we have the horn there. People can meet there and talk. That's also why we have the juggler down there. For folks to travel or people who might engage in magic. There might come a time where they might feel a darkness creeping in on their soul. Well,
Yes.
just go by the dance bed and lift your spirits a bit.
There's that, or some meditation at a shrine would help as well.
True. I think I know why that is the case as well.
Right.
You see, I've never had that happen when tapping into my own magics.
No, we can't
My
mess with
divine
this.
magics come from a place of compassion and care, and my general willingness to see life flourish. I don't
Right.
really walk around wanting to stamp out life. Could easily do so if I wished, but That's
No.
the problem with
You need to keep a
powers.
balance, do you not?
Exactly. Many years ago, when we fought Adrian on this island, at his, I don't want to say death, it was the death of Adrian, but not the death of Robert. You see, Robert was the person that Adrian was before he was corrupted and made into a Death Knight. And his soul was turned by someone called, I mean, they made references to the Whispered One, or to, they named the god as Vecna. Whoever that is, I don't know, never heard of them before, that time at least. And at his redemption, when Robert was redeemed, this dark entity known as Adrian would have had to have gone somewhere, and I believe, while he doesn't exactly exist, you know, he can't affect the mortal plane as he used to by summoning the dead and things like that, but given what I've seen of the dead still walking around the tower and many of his old headquarters where he had his lieutenants at, I think perhaps a small bit of his essence ended up ingrained in the island, and so it seeks out those who use magic to damage them in some way, and I think that's why people feel that darkness creeping up in the soul, but there's no concern with it. It's just an emotional... what's the word? It's like someone trying to make you feel bad.
Yes. Kind of all that self-doubt and inner criticism, things like that kind of just make you feel a little bit blur.
Yeah, correct. That would, with me, however, because many of his moments of defeat were preceded by a very bright flash and flame and, well, me, as well as many others. It wasn't just me, but I was first in the forefront. Obviously, anywhere I go, I'm probably the most notable person in the group because of my size, for one. Two, it's not every day you meet a werewolf who can sheathe himself in divine magic and rip your lieutenants to pieces.
No, probably not.
Yeah. It's also not every day that you strike a man down with a sword made of, it seemed to be made of pure arcane essence, the stuff that the out-demonic entities are made of. The purpose of the blade, of course, when it strikes you, is to destroy your soul, drive you to madness. So if it doesn't kill you, you're going to wish you were dead. The problem with me, and my being what I am, when he did strike me with a sword several times, it found that it had to compete with not just the soul of the man, but the soul of the beast, and it found itself sorely pressed. So, I think when I use my magic, it feels... I have scars on my body from that engagement, and they tend to glow a deep, lurid purple color. And it's as though that small little bit of Adrian is still there, reaching out, trying to crush my very heart.
Right.
And I think I don't think Adrian's going to rise again and begin attacking us or stealing souls, but what I think it is some sort of magical resonance from his passing from this place. His destruction. The entity known as Adrian, not Robert. Robert was redeemed and went to join his god, so far as I know, so... there'd be no reason for his soul to come and start attacking people. But Adrian, however... Adrian was well, I'm not going to use that word. He was not a good person.
Right. A fopwumble.
There you are. Whatever that means, yes.
It's a polite way of saying what you wanted to say, I believe.
Yes, you know... an alternate name for someone's favorite fruit. But, no, so I think that's what that is. So if there are other people here on the Isle who use magics, that's a risk, and I don't know of any way to rid the island of such a taint. Just, it's so ingrained. He operated here for so long with impunity that nearly everything related to the tower, the vaults, the shrines even, including some of the you'll notice some of the watchtowers that seem to have these undead creatures wielding weapons
Yes.
of bone were some of his popular haunts as well.
Right, well, I've been trying to cleanse them as I go, but I think it's going to take more power than just I wield. Maybe a group effort. And I don't even think a coven of witches would be able. I think we would need more.
And during my initial time here, those two landmasses to the south didn't even exist. They showed up midway through the campaign, brought on, it seemed, by some sort of, well, the last I remember before the great storm swept through was Adrian had gotten into the tower. I mean, he had his headquarters there, but he had beat back an assault on the tower and was casting a large necromantic ritual. And then a great storm swept through, probably associated with his ritual, and when we were all able to come out, the ritual seemed to have ended, and there were two new landmasses to the south. The Ash one, which is where Adrian set up his new headquarters, and then across the way, in the Savannah one, there was a vampire, funnily enough, that set up shop there who began producing plague.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah. And he had a factory there, and the whole northeastern Isle, the one that's closest to Eastport, over that direction.
Right.
That whole isle was fortified and protected, and there was another of Adrian's lieutenants there that had dominion over the whole thing.
Oh.
So the campaign was more about going around and eliminating these fortresses and encampments where we could find them, cleansing the area, and trying to minimize losses so Adrian couldn't make more lieutenants to take over more places.
Right.
So,
it seems like
very
whatever
much.
magic he woves keeps rising the dead back up again.
It seems no matter how many times you strike them down or how many prayers you say to send their souls onward, they still get up and run about.
Mm-hmm. Very strange. I made it inside that tower the other day. Very eerie feeling in there. Didn't like it. I didn't stay long. I'm going to have to try some divination and see if I can find out what the bloody hell is going on in there.
Well, so far as I can tell, it's some sort of magical conduit. It seems to be pulling magics in and sending them out, and I would get they are what's keeping the vaults charged, so to speak.
Oh, I would
well
think
as-
so, given the... if you look at the maps inside those shrines, it seems that they form a circle almost around that tower.
That is very true. Not to mention the fact that when one activates... You know what? Maybe I should show you. Yes.
Alright.
Let's do that. Would you accompany me to a shrine, my dear?
Of course, but I'm going to need a few moments just to make sure I've got food and everything before I go.
Alright.
Alright, I won't be long. Excuse me, gentlemen. Guys, I'm just going to take a really quick 5-minute break. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to make sure I've got a drink. If I'm going to be heading out with Jorvik, it's going to take a little while. So I need to make sure that I am ready to go. So if you give me a few moments, I'm just going to play the trailer. If I can get it set up in time. 1 second. Play the trailer for the server. You guys will then be able to see what is going on. Those of you who are not already on the server. When I find where I put it. I believe there, and yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to share screen, and that's open. Yeah. Full screen, and I'm just going to go and change this over so you guys can watch that while I take a quick drink, and yeah, I will be right back. So give me 1 second. Alright guys, I am back. Sorry about that, but you know, I had to make sure the house was all locked up for the night. All the windows were closed. I needed a drink. You know, one of those things. I don't want to keep Jorvik waiting too long, but Mama's gotta eat something. So, I have my keys. Put a few things away. Wrong one. That in there and that in there will make more. Oh, we haven't got any yet. Okay. I'll keep the keys on me for now. I will take. I've got those. Okay. Maybe take. I've got my healing spell, so I'll be alright. I was gonna go and sort the garden out, but it can wait. Okay. Make sure I've got magic ready. And that one, okay. Okay. By the way, I've lost a cat. She's in the house somewhere, but I don't know where she is. I'm sure she'll show up. I was hoping to get her. Oh, wait. That might be why it wasn't working. Because the ichor's in there. That would be why. So we take that, we put it over here. And now, maybe we can make a few more of those. And those. I've not really had a problem with the Shani's ones. What I'm having an issue with is the boxes, because I keep missing it and hitting the bookcase itself rather than the actual box. That's the issue that I've been having, but it's more my aim that's off. You know, I'm just pretending I'm a man and I can't aim straight right now. So there you go. Right. I've got enough food. I'd better take with me my tent and my campfire in case we need to camp out, because you know we're going to be coming back late, no doubt. Plenty of food. Put away anything you don't need. Come on, Mama. Okay. There. No. See, I missed it again. There we go. Something I... Camel. The key's in there for now. Along with the door, because I can get that set up at another time. I think I've got everything. I won't be more than a day, midnight. Oh, I didn't do a very good job of lining that up, did I? That's a little better. Okay. Okay. From the small box, this is the first person aim point is different from the third person one. I think you might be right. Right, maybe that's the case. Maybe that is the case. Okay, so that's all working fine. That's not working. It needs more blood, I think. Yep. Oh, I haven't named it. Because no one will know where to send stuff to. That done. Okay, I think I'm ready. Fairly certain. Oh my. I'll just chuck you in here for now. You can go in there because you might squish me into some ichor, you know? Eventually. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just actually munching IRL, so I'm trying to find things to do inside the house that make me look busy so that I can finish my eating and drinking and stuff. I don't want to keep you waiting too long because that would be rude, but... Oh shit. Coming!
Hello?
Oh! Hi! Oh, I was just about to head out.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, well, don't you look lovely?
Oh, thank you.
I was just about to head out somewhere with Jorvik. He wanted to show me something with one of the shrines. Do you want to come with us?
Okay.
Didn't take too long.
Okay.
I was just praying at the altar, and then I can show you around the inside. Because, you know. This way would be easier. Did you fancy a change, did you?
Yes. I took a nice water bath and I went to the seamstress and got something done because I couldn't find you.
Ah, right. I sewed a new top for myself as well.
Yes, I see. You look very nice.
Thank you. Where would Jorvik be? Let's blow the horn. I have to blow Jorvik's horn to get attention. Hello, we have another visitor.
Oh. Hello, Helena.
Hello.
Ah, hello, Ember.
Hello.
You know what?
Yes, I've been busy moving into the cottage, so I haven't been around. I've been organising all my things so that I can find what I want when I want to sew and when I want to make potions.
Yeah, such nice whitewashed walls. Remind me to go over there with a bucket of mud. I'm kidding, of course. What, you wouldn't like finger painting done on your outside the community, see? There we are.
If I was capable of it, I would growl.
Very well. So, is everyone ready to go take a look at one of these shrines?
Yes.
I certainly am.
Alright, let me go put this plant fiber in the box for it to start making combo. I'll be right back.
Alright.
Give me a moment.
Okay.
Really. Finger paint.
I know. I think he thinks he was being amusing. We can't all afford such grand structures. Besides, from where I moved from, that's positively a palace over there.
Oh, speaking of structures.
Oh, did the workers start work on yours?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, nothing as big as that, no.
I know. Well, not all of us can afford brick, you know?
What?
Mm.
I was just
It's not
saying...
expensive.
Listen, I'm used to wattle and daub. From where I've moved from, that's positively a palace over there.
Well,
Even without indoor plumbing.
very well. Shall we go to the shrine?
Sure.
Why not?
Alright.
I mean, my place also doesn't have indoor plumbing, but at least I got my water barrel.
I just swim in the lake.
So the question is, do you float or sink?
Depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
I'll just come out, and if I see you diving, I'll say she's innocent. And if I see you swimming on top, she's guilty. And that'll be the extent of it.
Alright. He always moves so fast.
I guess they want us to run faster.
It's alright for him running that fast. He doesn't have boobs to contend with. Or what was it you called them the other day? Tits, I think.
Yes.
We can't move as fast as you. We have things weighing us down on the front.
I'm wearing full plate, dear.
Full plate doesn't smack you in the face when you're running, does it?
I guess it just depends.
Well, at least they didn't make so obvious joke.
Which was?
Making a play at his manhood.
Oh. My. I have it turned off. I have it turned off. There, 66. I edit the INI files so that I don't have to listen to it.
Watch out, skeleton.
Oh my.
There we are.
Alright. But
Anyway,
yes, it is
keep up on
extremely
people
loud.
all the time.
And they don't stay dead.
No, they don't.
Like,
They
they
just
reassemble
come
their
back again.
bones and stand up again.
Well, if you go into that city across the bridge there, it's full of them.
Oh, yes. We took a quick look the other day, did we not, Helena? We were like, yes, we're going to go in here when I've got plenty of healing things. Which I have, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I haven't taken a look yet.
It's just unfortunate that my spell only works on myself. By the way, guys, for those of you who are interested in Conan RP and are looking for a server to play on, we are only a few weeks in to this season. It is a new one we just started. There is a Discord link. You will find us there. Yeah, I just wait for them to die and feed them to the ants. Ember, you changed your clothes too. It seems that we're having a full-on party with the ladies today.
I just didn't fancy running around in armor all the time, so I got some clothes.
Running around in armor all the time helps build the body up. Makes one very strong.
So that's a reason for his white shoulders.
I just thought it was the cake.
Oh my god!
Probably. Ah, when I was 5 years old, I started wearing heavy plate.
7 years old, Ember. Get it correct.
And I bet he used to have to walk to work uphill both ways in the snow.
Well, Denmark is usually covered by snow much of the year.
No, it's not. It's warm.
But uphill both ways? No, not quite. That's physically impossible. I think.
No, I've confused him. Oh my! Look at that mountain in front of us. It looks like a wolf howling.
What? Oh, there. Yes, I see.
Huh. The rock right in front of us. Oh, I've got a lag spike. Hang on.
Oh. Have you had enough water to drink today?
Plenty, thank you. Do you not see it? Ember sees it. Maybe it's you that needs water.
No.
Yeah,
just
you
a
can
stone.
see it.
Just a stone to me.
No more cloud gazing for me. I'm going to be rock gazing from now on.
Well, at least if you travel, then you get multiple experiences from it.
Oh,
Very
wait,
true.
No, look over there. I see something. That collection of rocks there. You know what it looks like?
A pair of tits.
No, it looks like a mountain wreck. Let's keep moving.
I'm going to kick him in the behind in a moment. Spoiling all my fun.
But at least it
Yeah,
was more creative than a pile of rocks.
Okay, danger's past.
Ladies, anyone want the meat, skin, hide, horns, any of that?
Well, it shouldn't be wasted, really.
Well, these they like to run up behind you and stick their antlers up your backside if you don't take care of them.
Go ahead, Helena, because I've got lots that's rotting down for compost, so...
I actually believe one of the heads of one such creature is actually used to exchange with a vendor on the Three Towers plate.
Really?
Yes, one of those heads and the heads of several others, and you can get a nice two-handed sword if you wish.
Interesting.
Or a nice furry cloak, or a horned headdress of some kind.
Well, I guess new merchants have moved in since I was last there. I might have to go and take another look.
Just be careful.
Oh my, I don't want to know where it's trying to put that horn, honestly.
Rhino hide, for anyone that needs it.
we can take a share each.
Oh.
Never mind behind you.
Careful.
Didn't even buy you a drink. How rude.
Rude.
Alright. 2 things of rhino hide for those that need it.
Well, I've already taken some, so anyway. Oh, there's still some left. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take a stab each. Be careful where you stab it.
What kind of parties have you been going to?
Have you
Oh,
not
something
heard the
that's not
tales of
familiar.
what we were accused of? Orgies with the devil.
So I never attended any orgies. What are you talking about?
I thought you were a divine being, not a devil.
No, I'm merely saying that, well, witches where I come from are different than witches probably where you come from. At least they're looked at differently.
Right. Well, where I come from, they try and kill us.
Oh, well then maybe not looked at too differently.
As you can see, they're so successful. I don't think they've managed to kill one yet, just lots of innocent people.
I'm pretty sure, given enough time, my dear compatriots, we will have a track and field team worthy of Denmark.
Okay.
Alright. This is a lay shrine.
Oh my! Look at the marking on it!
Yeah, there are several of them on the island, 2 of which are inactive.
Looks like a
This
dragon
is
head.
No. This is that's the mark of the demon, apparently.
Ooh.
Given what I've
Didn't we-
understood about my
Didn't we see that?
Don't think we came to this one. No.
No. When we were looking at the map.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes, we
Come on
did. We
inside.
did. It is on the map, you're right. There's nothing here to kill, so...
Not yet, there isn't.
Well, this one
This
wasn't
one
taken
here.
over by the locals.
You can see the markings on the map. If you look
Yeah.
closely, there's symbols. Like this one here.
I think that's the one we're standing in.
Yes. And they're all connected to that tower, can you see?
Mm-hmm.
Something called ley lines, I think, from what the scholars initially said during my first trip here.
Yes, a lot of witchcraft takes place on ley lines because of the energy.
There was actually a scroll that I found not too long ago. I think you read it as well, Jorvik. That described that somebody was looking at the ley lines from the tower and suspected the vaults were on them.
Yes, I think these are the vaults, are they not? These little markings here.
Yes,
At least part of them.
Yes.
the small tower is represented.
Yeah.
It doesn't have all of them featured, but
Right. Very interesting.
yes, this shrine that's depicted down here is overtaken by some local.
Mm-hmm.
This shrine down here is also overtaken by locals.
Right.
There's a shrine here on the mountaintop. It's the tallest of the shrines. That one is still functional, as this one. I believe this one down here is also functional, but all others have been occupied by locals.
Oh, that's
I think
where
this
we
one was
freed-
taken over.
that's where we freed the people from the other day, no?
Then that must be a change. Then that
The-
one was probably also likely taken over by locals.
There was a couple of them that we visited, and there were cages. We took a key off
Yeah, I
somebody,
think
and
that
we
was the place.
yeah. And we freed actually the bear that stood outside my house was the one that was in that cage.
We've done the same. Now, let me show you the more interesting part of the structure. If you'll follow me.
Why would they put a bear into a cage?
Bearer, not
Someone
a
to
bear.
carry things.
Oh,
Bear, not a
bearer.
bear.
Okay.
Oh, star metal. Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
This up here, if you'll notice, each one of these different levels of the dais is etched with the same runes you find on the door.
I see it.
Now, if I was to come here and if you look at this scroll here, it gives you the knowledge necessary to
Yes.
do things with the shrine, as well as there's a research table called a delving bench.
Mm-hmm.
Allows you to research how to strengthen your own arms and armor with the materials
Right.
that you find in the vault.
Yes, I read one similar at one of the other shrines, I think.
Now, if you've been in some camps lately, you might find these little glowing essences. They look quite strange. Some of them look like fish eyes, others just look like...
Yes, 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 I have some in the cottage.
Yeah, the first thing you do here is you create a focus altar. It has several different ones to make. You can make, and it coincides with the with other lands, I suppose, because every time it opens up to bring them forth, you see the other lands on the other side. Allow me to demonstrate.
Okay.
Now, as soon as you have a focusing altar in the center, you will notice that the runes begin to light up. As you put in that element, successive lines of runes light up.
Oh.
And what I believe this is, it's called a focusing altar according to that scroll. It allows you to focus, I believe, magic from the vault to open a portal above,
Right.
which drops people through it. It's quite a gory mess when it happens, but when I was first here, that was not the case, and a lot of people would use this structure to try and... we were told that it was tapping into the outer dark, and we were rescuing souls that Adrian had snatched and trapped
Right.
for his own use. But if that's the case, Adrian is no longer a thing. Why are we still able to do the same thing? So I think we had
Yes.
it wrong the whole time.
Maybe, but also, I mean, did you not say that people coming through dead now, rather than alive?
Now they are coming through quite dead, yeah.
I mean, they are alive when they arrive, but not when they hit the ground.
Well,
Oh.
it's probably because they're not fully manifested in the material plane until they hit the ground. So maybe that's why they die.
Could be.
We're seeing a physical death, which is representative of their soul not being able to become corporeal in the material plane for some reason. I
Right.
don't know. But if I flip this lever here, you will see an example of such.
Okay, where am
must
I
warn you
looking?
where it is. Well,
Outside.
you see the pads outside.
Mm-hmm.
Also, look towards the tower.
Oh my, what's happening to the tower?
As I said, I believe in a Pokemon for magic.
Oh wow.
And that's not the most disturbing part.
Oh! Oh! What is that thing?
I suspect something from the
Oh.
other side.
Oh! Oh my! Oh, that's disturbing. Oh! Oh my!
Yeah. Now the
Oh,
bizarre
these poor
part.
beings.
Oh my god,
Oh!
they're everywhere.
To live is to die.
You didn't live very long. Oh, there's more!
Yes, they're happening at every pad. Here, look, there's this pad here.
Oh
so
my-
we can go around.
Oh,
Oh.
And
Did
they're
we
still coming.
do? What did we do? Oh. My.
The jackal laughs for me.
Yes, quite disturbing.
Poor souls.
Well, here's the thing. Given how these ley shrines work, what I know for sure and something that is not conjecture, I'm not even certain these are real people. I know, the falling and the crushing and the blood splatter is all very, visceral. But I'm of the opinion that this is happening because they can't manifest on our plane. I think that other place, whatever this connects to, is some sort of purgatory. Because it's always the same, it never changes. Ever. There's no seasonal changes, there's no mist, no fog, no nothing like that.
Right.
But they often, if you go over, you look upon them, they're carrying items on them. It's very strange and bizarre. I mean, you know, bone shields.
I'm pretty sure I found like 2 people wearing, having like ice cut out on them.
There, fire, water. Gather now, protect your daughter. Send these souls. I'm a little emotional. These souls onto somewhere safe.
Now, normally, back when I was first here, whenever these people would come to land on the platforms, we would use this lever here,
I mean, I'm taking shit. I don't care. Right.
which would help contain, the souls there, and then we would be able to take them off and away and get them sent on to the proper afterlife. But,
All I
as it
wanted
stands now,
was
as I said, hatred not being a concern anymore, I'm wondering if that's not why these,
I thought
yes?
mine were big. All I want. Oh, baby.
Well, follow me, ladies.
Yeah, I know. I would like the cooking recipes too. Oh, that's very disturbing.
You know, I think I need to investigate what that thing in the sky is.
I want cooking recipes and I want ostriches. All I want.
Then, from here, right around.
That was really disturbing, to be honest.
Suddenly seems to be too strong to be a waking dream.
Now, there is a way to salvage the remnants of what's left. See this one here? How does it have a full-size camel calf?
I have no idea.
That's why I don't think that these are, you know, They may look like flesh and blood. Humans or something, but
Hmm.
I think they're just remnants. But if you happen to have a tool, like a religious tool on you, you can actually salvage whatever essence is left of them and
Right, I do
take
not
it to
have
your
one.
altar.
But...
What's all? Well,
If you have one, go ahead and collect what you need.
oh no, I don't need anything. I was just wondering if we had the same kind of religious tool.
Mitra.
Yeah, here.
I swear I've seen rabbits. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Very pretty.
Go ahead. Yes, it is.
Ooh, I am twitchy.
That's alright. But that seems to be one of the few ways. I mean, we've come by here, myself, Lady Karina. We've come by here and done this quite a number of times just to salvage the souls and see if we can't do something about this madness.
It's very
And
disturbing.
obviously it's working because what we do is we start sending the souls on into the afterlife to give them rest.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning, any empty dishes we leave out in the altar are filled with this ambrosia.
Right.
Seems like it's almost a divine gift for doing the proper thing, I guess.
Right.
I mean, the only other option would be to turn them all into puppets, and I'm not quite that macabre.
No. No, no.
Now, I've thought about appealing to the higher powers to see about if maybe constructing some sort of platform and having it blessed, if it would save these souls from having to, you know, keel over like that. But I don't know if that would work, because they would still be on the material plane.
Indeed, I don't know. I guess talk to them in the city. Excuse me.
I still have yet
Yeah,
to
I'm
meet
pretty
the
sure.
eternal
I'm
one
pretty
that
sure I've
everyone's
seen
been talking
rabbits. I'm
about.
fairly certain. I think they call it the outpost, but I call it the city. Okay, I think that's all of them. Here. Give you your tool back. That sounds a little wrong. Oh. Very disturbing.
Let's clear off the remnants.
I'm just going to check on Helena. I think she was quite shaken. Are you alright? I'm fairly certain I did see a couple of rabbits. I can't say I saw lots of them, but I'm fairly certain I saw some of them. If I come across them again, I'll let you know. Oh, I needed that water. Stepped up. I wonder if I can drink this water. I did get a cooking recipe the other day from one of the Stygian camps.
I need a moment.
Alright, no problem. Take your time, it was quite disturbing. You found a mountain with a ton of buzzard nests, excellent. I have to set these souls free. I haven't got my altar set up though, so I'll set them up in yours, if that's alright. Then we'll go on to the gods.
Well, that's perfectly fine. That's why I have it outdoors, in case there are any other faithful that don't have time to construct an altar. They can stop by.
I did
It's not
have
just-
one, but it was too heavy to move. So it'll take me another few days, I think, to decide where I want them and get them set up. I also need to speak to them in the city about hauling some rocks in, burying them in the ground.
Well, it's also while it certainly looks like an altar to this Mitra, it's dedicated to Tyr, but basically, well, I mean,
I don't
depends
understand.
on
I
the
don't
intent.
understand why Mitra is a male, because all healing, from my experience, comes from a feminine source.
well, at least in my book, Tyr is god of justice, natural balance, and the like. War as well, but most of the Nordic gods are of war. Some aspect of it. And I'm given to understand that divine healing that I can use, though it comes from a place of compassion, wanting to see life flourish,
How are you doing? Get your ass back on
it
the server!
stems from the fact that the gods themselves were gifted with these golden apples, which keep them youthful and vigorous, much past when they probably shouldn't be. So, and actually, the person in charge of that aspect is, we know her by the name Idun. She is the keeper of the orchards of Asgard, so, you know.
Right.
She grows the apples. But I've found many parallels of my own faith, you know, with gods such as Mitra
Yep.
or...
Yep.
Oh, there's a whole host of other ones that I've run into over the years in my travels. People all worshipping different gods here. And there's a few that I stay well away from because of the connotations of what they espouse.
Right.
One of those being Set, this great serpent. It's different from Miss Ember's feathered serpent, whose name I cannot pronounce.
It doesn't have a name yet.
Okay, well, the feathered serpent. Their healing seems to be much the same, but most of the Set worshippers I've ever run into espouse the fact that serpent men and serpents are the true dominant life form, and so they seek to destroy or enslave all of humanity unless you practice magic. So quite the opposite of what you dealt with.
And once again, throwing the balance out of equilibrium. Oh, he couldn't have heard that. Once again, throwing the balance out of line.
Yeah. Hence why I'm not a fan.
Magic should not be used to control men. Be used to aid them.
Why else do you think us men often use the term enchanting to talk of a beautiful woman? Feels like we're under a spell.
Because you're probably off. There's not one that was cast deliberately.
Oh, no. I thought it was funny. During my time on the Isle, someone tried that. It was quite hilarious.
Someone tried a love spell on you.
Not a love spell, something far darker.
Right.
They wanted to see me in chains to serve purpose. So, yes, they tried that on me, and apparently it works on mortal men because of the inherent, desire for female contact, I suppose. But she underestimated just how much I enjoyed warfare at the time. So the spell backfired and instead sent me into a berserk rage. It was quite something.
Interesting.
So they've never seen anyone tear hardened steel chains in such a manner before, or use them to whip the people around them either. They said it was the most demented game of jump rope they had ever seen.
Jump rope.
Apparently it's a children's game where you skip over a piece of rope and count or something.
Oh, okay.
Ran the poor woman out of her house, tried running away, only, well, to catch the full force of those chains right up against the back of her neck.
Sorry, Ember, I didn't mean to stand in your way and block your view.
Not
Rude
a
of me.
problem.
Well, I appreciate the compliment, Miss Garlick, but she sees me every day.
It's still rude of me to be a better door than a window.
Well, if you happen to be see-through, at that point you are in serious need of medical intervention.
Not always.
I mean, from what you sometimes hear about grandmas and such, one would think that they think everybody is see-through. You need more meat on your lips. Here, take a whole lasagna.
Yup!
I see grandmothers are the same no matter what culture they're from. I remember one of the sources of the constant consternation by my mother and my father was my grandparents often. Oh, look at him, he just wants a cookie. Yeah, take 3. No, 4. Ah, here you are, take the whole dozen.
Well, you
And
have to have at least
apparently I
2,
had-
one for each hand.
Yes, but I had rather large hands as a child, apparently, because I would run off with all dozen cookies held firmly in my little hand. And my
All
grandmother
that
would often
sugar.
laugh.
That explains a lot.
My mother would often laugh as she would laugh, and then would quickly be horrified when my grandmother would then start cackling and leave the throne room while I am busy, well,
Climbing the walls.
quite literally in some cases. But one of the things apparently I loved to do as a child is when I'd had so much sugar, apparently it caused some sort of reaction. I would run around and get very warm. And so my mother and my father, who would be holding court and talking to ambassadors and emissaries from all over, would be treated suddenly to the vision of a small naked Jorvik tearing through the main hall at high speed, cookie in each hand, face covered in chocolate from where they do not know.
Was there no chocolate in the cookies?
No, that was the funny part. My grandmother made sugar cookies. There's not an ounce of chocolate in them.
Right. We wouldn't put
So my mother
too much
began to
chocolate
suspect the
in.
kitchen staff of giving me chocolate.
And were they?
To this day, I will not say,
Mm-hmm.
in honor of their memory. Such glorious people they were, but the chocolate was delicious.
Kitchen staff.
Yes. Like many royal families everywhere, we had a whole army full of people that worked inside of the main castle. But often, at least once a year, my father would hold a banquet, and the banquet was for the people that worked in the castle and their families. During which time my father would set aside a substantial amount, I've been given to understand, and he would, if they wanted to have a holiday dinner at home, he didn't take offense. Instead, he would purchase them the necessary things required to make a dinner at home, as well as giving them substantial bonuses. It was pretty much done at the end of the year. He would give them a big boost in pay and say, you know, this is for holiday spending. And so we would spend the next 2 or 3 weeks after the banquet with no workers in the castle. And so I would be in the kitchens working with my mother, or I would be out on the grounds with my father, taking care of animals, things like that. So these people could spend time with their families and not have to be working all the time.
Yes, my mother used to work in service to the Lord of the Manor before she got married. I believe she was what they call a scullery maid, which is one of the lowest in the kitchen from what I'm told, but still, they would have a tradition. The staff would all have to work Christmas Day, but they were given the day after off. And then they would all line up in the hall in the morning, and they would be given a small present by the Lord of the Manor, and off they would go to spend that day with their families, and that would be their Christmas.
Sounds miserable.
Yes, I don't think
Well,
working...
better than nothing.
Oh, I suppose. I remember the time I came from. It was all about what you could do for other people. And people were used like commodities, really, rather than human beings. As soon as you couldn't do what they wanted you to do anymore, you were sent on your way and somebody else took your place.
So the people weren't valued for their service?
No, not at all. They were paid for their service, but it was a pittance, really.
So they weren't even paid properly for their service?
I mean, I'm sure the Lords of the Manor thought they were paying them properly, but it was certainly... When you have families of 5 or 6 people and they're sending their children at 7 and 8 into service to earn money, then they're clearly not earning enough. 7 and 8-year-olds would be working in the laundry, scrubbing dirty washing.
That is not how we do things in Denmark, and that is all I will say about that.
Certainly wasn't
Ember,
ideal.
No, of course not. My father would often rail on for hours about how a person's right to rule was only governed by the consent they were given by the people to rule them. I mean, it seems foolish to... If you're a noble and under you are several hundred people working for you, at any point they'd get it in their heads they could probably kill you, your whole family, and take your stuff if they wished. That's still good to abuse the people in such a way.
If any one of my kind or my class, my rank, had attempted to assault or kill a Lord of the Manor, it would have been instant death for them.
Better to die trying to realize one's dreams of freedom than to live forever as a slave.
Well, like I said, they were paid, just not very well. People weren't bought or sold. They were hired. But what they were paid was next to nothing. I mean, and they would be working 6 days a week. And have a half day off on a Saturday. They had Sundays off because they had to go to church, but they would have a half day off on Saturday once a month, plus their days off for church. That would be it.
Well, let me ask you this. The goods and things that many of these families needed to survive had to be purchased, I'm assuming, if they weren't made in the home.
Indeed.
And who controlled the prices of the goods in the market?
The Lord of the Manor.
And so the Lord of the Manor paid a pittance and controlled the prices in the market, most likely making certain commodities very hard to afford.
Some, but it kept the price of things like bread and flour down so that even those that were struggling could afford.
Which wouldn't be an issue if he was to pay them, properly, or at least make sure they were well cared for.
And he owned all the land around, and a lot of the time, like, for my husband, for example, rented his shop and his business, premises at least, from the Lord of the Manor. The farmers who were producing the food that were feeding people were renting their farms from the Lord of the Manor.
So these people didn't even profit off their own labor.
Well, they did, because they, the items were bought from them, they weren't taken. But still, you would still find families that had a farm would still have to send 1 or 2 of their children into service to make sure that they could make ends meet.
But I'm fairly certain, and I might be completely mistaken here, but knowing what I know of how other people ran things in other nations I was, associated with or had come to know, not only did they have to pay rent on the property where they had to live, but they also had to pay taxes, did they not?
Oh yes, of course. Taxes on anything they earned, yes.
Taxes are just theft by government. Sorry. It's a very touchy subject. I've heard similar stories from all over the world, and it amazes me that people get away with such things. We had a system, in Denmark at least, if a son or daughter went into the military service, and it could be the Navy, it could have been the, Royal Guard, whichever have you, their family got to select a parcel of land large enough to be able to farm and raise livestock, at least. Completely free. It was theirs, completely. They were actually given a deed signed by the king for that property. And, merchants and things like that. While we did collect taxes to a point, it was more, you only paid taxes for doing business within the merchant squares all over the kingdom. We didn't walk up to you and say, well, how much have you earned, selling your goods? Oh, well, then you owe us a certain percentage. No. We didn't want to punish people for working hard. So. But, well, several different ways of thinking about it, I'm sure.
My mother and father were quite fortunate in that there was an incident when they were newly married and they were renting the farm from the lord of the manor, and there was an incident where a horse that his daughter was riding got away from her. And it was charging across the land, and of course she could have been seriously injured, and my father jumped onto one of his horses and chased after it and got the horse under control. And so he was granted the land for his lifetime at a third of the rate that anybody else would have to pay for it as a thank you.
Oh, how gracious.
It certainly helped us stay afloat, though, because they didn't have to pay as much rent, and, If ever he asked to try a new crop that most lords would say no because they don't know how it's going to work, they would say, okay, but you can't do more than a quarter of your farm with that crop to see how it goes, and he would test it, and if it was then going to take off, everyone was allowed to plant it. But he would usually profit quite considerably from that to start with, because he was the only one that could produce it. So things like corn wasn't really grown in our area because it was considered that it needed much more sunlight than we could produce to grow. But he managed to produce it. So there's all that, arse kissing and infighting and everything else. I mean, some of the other farmers were quite disgruntled that he was getting his farm cheaper, but I suppose the life of the man's daughter meant more to him than a few disgruntled tenants.
Well, yes, because likely that daughter is a form of bargaining chip in the future for some sort of political alliance or gain for him.
Arranged marriages, yes.
I could sing a song about that.
Welcome back, Miss Elena. I trust everything's been handled?
My apologies. Yes, I'm sorry. I was just lost in thought after seeing everyone fall from the sky.
It's alright. It can be quite a sight the first time around.
Don't think it's what I want to witness again.
Well, I'll just make sure to, if I ever get in the mood to tell stories, I'll leave out some of my more horrific campaigns.
I understand war and death in war. I've seen it obviously with my own eyes, but to witness people fall from such a great height just to die on the floor was a little alarming.
True. And I could understand that. The first time I saw it, I was quite shocked, but I assure you, I do not think that they are actually people. I think we're seeing physical manifestations of a soul. Could be wrong, but,
So we're the dumping ground for the universe's dead. Lovely.
It would seem so. I mean, at least they're not up and walking around the tower, engaged in unending warfare, apparently.
There's a few of those over there.
Quite a few.
And a great big beast that I believe Helena called a dinosaur.
She was explaining to me these dinosaurs.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd never heard of such things.
Well, I had too. Once she explained that things that are large with teeth and are basically lizards are dinosaurs, well, that kind of clued me in as what these beasts along the river were, and those ones with the frills on the beaches. There's islands full of dinosaurs, apparently. Some of them spit at you, but they look like... well, they look rather bizarre. They're red. And there was this, what are those ones called that we saw off the northeastern isle, Ember?
You mean the Ica lizards, or?
The bald lizards, yes. The ones that have, like, dog faces.
What?
Well, they have the cutest little black beady eyes, and you kind of want to pet them, but they're very aggressive.
Well, Helena and I were over at that tower. We saw something fall from the sky, and we went to go and investigate it, and we ran round the corner and came face first into this being that Helena called a dinosaur, and it was at least 4 times the height of you.
Oh, yes. They are quite delicious.
Okay. Have I been eating this dinosaur meat without knowing?
Well, I mean, have you seen the drumsticks on it?
No.
Thank goodness, they look like just rather large, scaly chicken legs.
No, I think we screamed and ran in the opposite direction.
Oh. Well, then they have the little ones, the other little dinosaurs that are far more annoying. There's even a flying one, and...
Oh, I saw that on top of a platform. Weird looking thing.
Yeah. It's,
It looks like a dinosaur with a glider attached to it.
yes. But it never flies anywhere. It just seems to hop up, look around, and then decide, you know what? Nah. And then just sets back down.
Maybe its wings damaged.
I'm not going to say I had anything to do with that, but maybe. Have you ever had chicken wings before?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Grew up on a farm.
Yes, well, I wanted to see if they tasted the same. Apparently, doing so while it was still alive, it didn't care for that whole anymore.
You bit it while it was still alive!
Oh. Ugh.
Well, it tried to bite
It's
me.
raw!
I figured I'd return the favor. Oh,
I'm
I can eat
surprised you
raw
didn't
meat.
get Ella.
I
We should
also
camp
wouldn't
out
care
somewhere.
for it.
Yes, I think we might need to take camp somewhere. It's getting dark.
Well, this is a relatively safe place, you know, despite its raining men sort of thing going on from the sky. But you could probably throw up a little campfire here on this little pyramid and throw up a couple of tents or a tent. I mean, I'll be fine in the dark. I can see as well as you can.
I
in the
can't put
caves.
anything on this pedestal but here. Nope, won't let me put it there either. My.
Inside then. I know we can do.
just need to pile up some blocks. Ah, hello there.
Here we go, lady. In the cave.
Ladies in the cage, really?
Oh, you'll be safe in here. I swear.
Hey, does anybody have any wood? Or plant fiber or branches?
I have wood.
You pop it. I'll get the. Hang on. Could you pop it in the fire for me? Where is my torch? Oh, aha. Never mind. Perfect. Oh well, let's tell stories around the campfire then, shall we?
It seems we have another visitor.
Okay.
Oh, you're the one with the tents.
Yeah.
Did you get my note?
No, I've been out looking for brimstone.
Rather strange place to be looking for brimstone. I mean, I know it's around here, but if you're down there at the river, I know there's several places, but by all means, join us by the fire. I've been meaning to finally meet you. Like, officially.
Well, let me just unpack.
I kinda don't want to sit on this glass plate.
Sit on stone then.
The stone pretty cold.
No, a little
I have
fire.
shoes on. I have shoes on and I can feel the coldness of the stone.
I'm not feeling it, but then I grew up in a cold area.
I guess it was you that did something with the tower, because I was out in the mountains and I just hear thunderous things.
Yeah. How would you describe that? We were demonstrating how these shrines work?
Traumatizing.
I bet. There's even a squid or something. Octopus pointing toward you.
What's an octopus?
Fish without bones that has 8 arms.
It's like a pig's bladder with 8 arms.
Oh my.
Yeah, it eats shellfish.
Ew.
Tastes quite well when roasted.
You can eat it?
Yes, you
I'll
can take the
pass.
arms. You can cut
You
them.
Tastes
ate
rather.
a pig's bladder. Ugh.
No. Think more like fish with a firmer texture.
Oh dear.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry,
could
I
say
didn't
it tastes kinda fishy.
No, that won't work.
Bad joke.
I'll be right back. I'll go get us some wood.
It's alright for you, you can see in the dark.
We have wood.
Uh-huh. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess he went off anyway.
Have y'all tried the meat from the guys in the vaults?
What?
Nope.
It's like green.
Ugh.
Why would you eat green
If
meat?
it's green, it means it's gone off.
No, it was green from the start.
Oh, it means it's wrong.
Green meat.
I wouldn't eat green meat. Would you eat green meat?
I mean, take a look.
Hell no.
I'm not eating green meat. Ugh. I'm from a poor family. I eat lots of strange things that other people don't eat, but I don't think I want to see it. We tried to shout we had more wood, Jorvik, but you'd already gone.
Oh, no, that's alright. I heard you and figured we could use more anyway.
Right.
Huh.
Anyone hungry?
No, I've got food with me.
Not anymore.
If I was hungry before after thinking about green meat, I'm certainly not hungry now.
Also, I don't know why we would eat stuff out of those woods. I mean, half the times there is like bones and blood all over the place. Can't be sanitized.
I know, that's like collecting
Can't
all
be
the eggs
good.
that are inside that other one and trying to eat them. Ugh.
I can't eat eggs. Makes my stomach cramp.
Oh, okay.
Then I especially wouldn't advise eating those eggs.
Am I the only one here that can eat just about everything?
I can eat a lot of things. I'm just a little bit picky about eating green meat.
Sometimes you don't have a choice.
I would rather
think
gather a plant and chew on that than eat green meat.
I think the difference is between able to eat it and willing to eat it.
It reminds me of a book. A children's book.
Oh?
I think I know.
Yes. It's very old. It's called Green Eggs and Ham.
Oh my.
Never heard about that.
Well, it's a children's book, so I'm not sure how old you are.
Quite. Just leave it at that.
But it was quite a story.
I wouldn't eat green eggs either. Although, having said that, we did used to dye eggs for Ostara.
Stara.
One of the...
people celebrated that as well.
Of course, yes. You've heard of it then?
Yes. It was, well, given our rather peculiar agricultural season, rather short, mind you, we used to dye eggs, and then we would incant a prayer to, trying to remember the goddess's name, Urcha, I think was her name.
We called her Bridget, actually, but I suppose it would be similar. A similar goddess, just a different language, maybe?
Fertility, rebirth, or symbols for
yes, we called it, we called it Bridget.
Yeah. We would dye eggs, various bright colors, and we would have a priest who would then go out to all the fields, and they would throw the eggs over the field as a blessing of fertility and good harvest, and then bless the plows as well. It was also during this time a lot of marriages took place because, at least in Denmark, the idea behind marriage is children.
Very similar practices, it seems. Although we didn't throw the eggs over the field, what we used to do is we would bless the field, and it was usually a priestess rather than a priest, but we would hide the coloured eggs all around the place, and all the children from the village would gather, and we would send them out, and they would collect the eggs.
Oh, we did.
Oh,
we
yes.
Did that. We did that too, but the priest did not know we were eating them.
They were meant for the children to eat, because obviously, I don't know. I mean, we just made them for the children to eat, and because a lot of children would be very fussy about eating an egg for breakfast or whatever, but if you dyed them pretty colours, they were always willing to try them. And it was a good way of getting protein into them and giving them strength and stuff for, you know, lambing season, calving season.
I think they used to call that Easter?
Ah, Goddess Iostra, yes.
The Romani people actually celebrate the same holiday, and they call it Easter, something to do with the resurrection of their god. Or not their god, sorry.
That's Christianity, yes, that's when Christianity took over. I still celebrate the pagan holidays, of course, but the Christians would... What a pagan holiday. Paganism was the first religion that was in my country and a lot of countries around the world that I am from, until organized religion became a thing and Christians took over, and we would basically celebrate the wheel of the year. Different seasons starting at different times, longest day, shortest day, harvest, and of course spring when all the lambs and things are being born, and it would all be in keeping almost with the farmer's almanac.
Thinking about it, we... Go on.
No, go ahead.
We didn't do stuff like hiding eggs in fields or throwing them onto fields. We just built a really big fire from the cast-offs of the spring, previous harvests, and winter, and then lit it. And in the end, the farmer that got the privilege of having that thing on his field got to till all the ashes into his ground.
We would do that after the harvest. So
Similar to the Kelpoi people in their Biotina.
we would do that after the harvest. So when the harvest was on, then when the days were getting shorter and it was getting colder at night, that's when we would light the bonfires on the lands and then till the ashes into the earth afterwards to fertilise it ready for the coming spring. Another thing we did in the spring as well, we erected a massive, great big, tall wooden pole in the centre of a green somewhere, and we attached really bright coloured ribbons to it, and we would all dance around it and make a pretty pattern on the pole.
Ah, a maypole.
Yes! The first day of May.
Intimately familiar. Yeah. After spending time amongst the Hibernian of the Green Isle, they did similar practices, although there was a lot more alcohol about, if I remember correctly.
Oh, there was alcohol involved, absolutely. But then, where I lived, we really couldn't drink the water. We would drink mostly ale anyway, because it purified the water that we were drinking, because the water wasn't really that good, you know? It'd make you sick. So we would have a weak ale, which would be for the workers, and then we would have a slightly stronger ale, which would be for the farmers and their family, and then the really strong ales would be for the Lord of the Manor.
Even the children drank ale.
A very watered down version of it, but yes.
Did your people not understand that boiling water renders it pure in many cases?
No. It does?
Most cases, yes, unless there's some form of
Sediment?
pollutant in the water. Yes, you would have to then try to filter it out. One of the initiatives my father sponsored quite heavily was our sciences, and they came up with a theory that it's not bad spirits which cause illness, it was these things that they call germs that are present everywhere, apparently. And
Right.
some germs are bad, they will make you sick, and they found that water, stagnant water specifically, if you were to boil it and make it clean, you could drink it with no ill effect.
Right. No, I mean, we cooked with water, obviously, but for drinking, we would never have boiled water, we would just drink ale.
I guess that explains why your nobles, having the strongest of the ale, think they can get away with what they're doing. They're drunk all the time.
Maybe.
You must have had quite the ale production then.
Actually, the ale production was, at least in where I was from, was governed by the monasteries. It was the monks, the Catholic monks, that would have made the ale. We would make our own at home, but the strong ale, the strong ale, was provided by the monasteries.
Which is quite funny when you think about the production of spirits and ale. Everything starts as an ale or a wine, and from there, more things are done to it to make things like whiskies and brandies and the like.
What's whiskey?
Whiskey? Oh, whiskey is a wonderful thing. You take an ale, a strong ale, and you boil it and collect the vapors, cool them down, and then you age them in an oak barrel, and the far more potent of an alcohol.
Oh. Okay.
I can't get drunk, but I find the flavor of the nice, like, oak, or usually they use hardwood to age it, is quite delightful. The burn is pleasant as well.
Now, where I was, the choice was tea, usually made from herbs, or ale or mead. We could make mead because we had bees, of course, but it was usually only the farmers that would have bees. The
Me.
regular people wouldn't have had them.
That is a love affair I've had for some time, mead.
I will
It's-
make you
I
some
would-
mead.
Well, that is unfortunate for you to, if you've only ever had to drink muddy water, but I assure you, you should probably try some purified water. It might change your life.
Good idea.
I'm going to have to get the bees up and running soon so I can make some mead.
Well, if you ever need a batch of honey before your bees are producing enough, just let us know. We have quite a healthy population.
What, those giant ones that I saw?
Well, they're all producing honey now, at an extremely fast rate.
Okay.
Well, the queen, Karina, seems to have a penchant for animals and growing things. So that's her realm. I handle all of the weapon armor production for the most part, as well as the general, when we're in the field, tactics and the like.
Looking forward to meeting her. It sounds like we've got a lot in common.
Possibly.
Yeah, you kind of keep missing her.
Just a bit.
Well, I'm only over the river now, so
So as soon as she wakes up, I will grab her up, run over there, and beat on your door and say, finally, you can meet her. Say hello.
good plan.
And just dump Queen Karina out on the floor, still in her bed.
Don't mind.
There you are, dear.
It's alright, I'll take her inside and I will sew her something so she can get dressed properly.
I've turned your bed sheets into a lovely gown. Wonderful.
Hmm.
She's very lovely. Although most people often are quite taken aback by her horn and her long pointed ears, but I'm given to understand that's the hallmark of her family. So.
Oh, you said she was Fae, right?
Yes, very much so.
Oh, that would make sense, at least from the stories. Like I said, I've always believed in Fae, but they've been myths and legends from where I'm from for a long time. But I do often find that myths and legends do have a basis in truth.
Well, I mean, werewolves are a legend where you come from, are they not?
Yes.
They're
As are
very much real,
vampires.
I can assure you.
And dragons.
And bears, oh my.
Are you startled?
No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
Sounded like a rhyme.
Well, the first time I encountered someone who'd never seen someone of my size, it was in the dark woods of another land, and I was wearing my fur shawl at the time, and they leapt at me thinking I was a baby yeti.
Oh dear.
What's a yeti?
A baby yeti.
Yeah, they thought I was just a small version of those creatures you see in the redwood with the horns.
What's a yeti?
You'd know them as a troll, perhaps?
Mm. Also made of stone, no?
No. Well, yeah. It's like a
What's
very
an
big
ape?
monkey.
What's a monkey?
Very hairy person.
So
Only-
you're Vic then?
Hairy, yeah.
I'm a weremonkey. Quite. Very correct. Don't let the calm demeanor fool you. If any of you bring out a banana, I'll go absolutely nuts. Yes, I'm a
What's
monkey.
a banana? You people are confusing me.
Anna? It's yellow or green. They grow from trees.
Yeah,
So like a fruit.
they're quite... It is.
Yes.
Right.
Technically, isn't it a berry, though?
I am unsure. I think so, but that might be. Well, anyways, a Yeti. Think you like if you were to sew a full body suit made out of fur and stuff a person into it that is about 3 times the size of Jorvik.
Why would you do that?
You wouldn't do that because that's just how a Yeti looks.
Right, okay. Are there any Yeti in these lands? Oh, wait! Like those big
Yep.
things that were on top of the waterfall.
Yes,
Yes,
the ones
probably.
that you actually beat up with your hands.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Have a penchant for throwing rocks at people.
Yes, it did try and
Yeah.
throw a rock at me until I kicked it.
Mm-hmm.
The lands I was in before, the Yetis bore white fur. And apparently, upon seeing me, someone said, "Wow, look, a baby Yeti," and they attacked me.
Hmm.
I'm gonna close my eyes for a moment.
Alright.
You mean those rock dogs or whatever you want to call them? Only big?
The living mountain. Yes.
I came across a very strange being before. It looked almost like a walking tree, but it was walking on all fours.
Ah, yes, the rot rat.
It hits really hard!
Yes, they do. I've fought them. I've fought the large rock beasts of the lands. I've fought just about everything that exists here. There's even a place down south in the Ashlands filled with demons.
Oh, I've been there.
Oh dear.
It was
Are you alright?
fun. Do you need healing?
Okay. Seeing as it's day again, okay.
Alright, well, I'm gonna have to jump into a tent and go to sleep, I'm afraid. I am absolutely exhausted. Mentally, mostly, from those falling bodies, I think.
I do apologize for that, but
It's alright, I understand. Although you said this place is quite safe, right? I might just lie here next to Helena and get some sleep.
I will come back by tomorrow and check in on you. So yes, you will be quite safe.
Alright.
You know what? I'll probably join you. I need to get to sleep as well.
All right. Are you going to stay here with the member?
Probably.
All right. Well, take care of yourself. I will see you all tomorrow.
Thank you for your company,
See ya.
Jorvik. It's been appreciated.
Have
Yes.
a nice... Oh.
Right, guys, I'm going to have to go
Your
ahead
company was
and
lovely
end
as
it
well.
right here. I am going to let my auto-host pick everything up. But thank you for joining me for this impromptu stream. Remember, if you are interested in the RP we have got going on the server and you want to join us, that is the link you need. Jump into the Discord and we can help and assist you from there. Absolutely no problem. I am going to be back probably tomorrow with some more Conan. Tomorrow afternoon, I would say. I can't give a time, but I'm thinking around 3 p.m. I'll
Yes.
probably do an extra
No
stream.
question.
So, but once again, guys,
Well,
thank you for
just, like,
joining me
tell
for the
me that
loves,
you've
the cheers, the
spotted the
supports, the
large
follows, and everything else.
stone
You guys
creature.
have been absolutely awesome, and I will see you really, really soon. Ciao for now, guys. Ciao, ciao.